Your mind is being altered by stoned ape theories with
Hubo,
Kapowski,
and the dude.
a podcast where we alter our perception of reality and discuss the meaning of life on this pale blue dot.
My state, primate. My state, primate. I stay.
I do have a way to intro this.
Yes.
Fucking episode 28. Dude, we got a comment the other day.
Oh, yeah?
On our YouTube that made my fucking
Oh,
day.
yes. Let's hear it.
It was on the latest podcast, which
Okay.
if you haven't seen episode 27 yet and you're watching this one, go back. What the fuck are you doing? Come
Yeah.
on now. But the comment was like, this thing's been up for 6 hours and it only has 2 views. That's a crime. And I was like, fuck yeah.
It is a crime.
I was like, this guy, that's all the validation I need.
Yeah. You're like, I slept like a baby.
So shout out to that dude. I'm sorry I didn't remember your username.
Dopamine, yes, please.
But if you are listening, we got a fucking Patreon, we got a Discord, we got Twitter, we got Instagram, we got all this shit. You know, we've been plugging it at the end. But I'm like, realistically,
Plug it.
fucking
We need
is
to
for all the
plug it.
people who get here in the beginning. Look at our description. Read the links in the description.
Yeah.
We put them there for a reason. Please
Yes.
help us.
Yeah. No, we're trying to do this thing. We got some ideas.
I like to toe the line between like, yeah, check out our dope shit. So
Yeah.
like, please.
Yeah. Go from
Please.
supreme confidence to then just begging. Yeah. You're like, yeah, we're totally fucking awesome. Please
I'll
give us
sell
your
out to
dollars.
whoever.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the idea of
Swear to
selling
God,
out,
I know where you live.
like, if you had a store and you sold out all of your inventory in your store, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, that means you made a bunch of money.
Yeah.
So selling out in that sense kind of makes sense to me. But then it's like, if you sell the store,
Right?
right, then you have to like open a new store or do something
Why did
have-
you do that?
so that you could keep making more dollars, right?
Sell the store to open up a new one, though?
Or do something else. Maybe the store wasn't your passion project.
And while we're
know?
sitting here stroking our own dicks, I gotta say, after 28 weeks of doing this, that intro still hits hard as fuck.
I love the intro, dude.
It's
Tell
so-
me not get hyped on that
every
shit.
time we use it, every time it gets played, every time I go back and like watch one of our episodes, man, it just hits nice.
I know. I love
Fuck,
it.
it hits nice.
Still no word from Sapient.
I know,
Please,
that's
we
so
might
sad.
have to hunt him down. I was down in Portland recently. I think he's in the Eugene area now.
We gotta
man.
track down. We gotta send a nice, strongly worded letter to Excelsior.
Oh, yes.
Listen, we've used you on every
Yes.
one of the podcasts. Like between Pub Beer and Excelsior.
Yeah, two
Yeah.
towns. There's only been a couple, but
Yeah,
I really,
'Cause, man, this giraffe logo, it's fucking great.
yeah.
It really is.
I will get a tattoo of this for sponsorship.
No, and I love the.
I'll go full Steve-O. I'll go full Steve-O.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tattoo
Your
for
body with the
sponsorship.
giraffe neck.
Yeah. Hella funny.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd put it on my body.
Of the giraffe.
I was like, part of me was immediate, like I'd do that too, and then I had to take a second. I don't know if I would.
No, it's cartoony. No,
But
really.
it
Serious.
really
aside
is.
from the sponsorship thing, I've been talking about that because I think it's so fucking silly. And
What
it's
I
just
love
simple.
about it is that there's a new Pokemon that just came out in Gen 9 that looks very fucking similar to this logo. Like,
Bro, what?
yeah, Girafarig finally has an evolution, and I don't have my phone to look it up. But
Have you
it
drawn
look-
this thing yet? Have you done like
It's
a
on
mashup?
it's on my list.
Okay.
It's on my list. But yeah, here, let me see your phone. I'm gonna Google it for you real quick.
Pokemon Go.
Because it looks exactly.
and that's on Pokemon Go?
No.
No, it's on the newest. It's
The
fucking
one.
Pokemon Scarlet,
Pokemon
Violet,
game.
Generation 9.
Where
know.
have you been at?
Bro, Pokemon's not on my radar at all. Like, literally, other than my daughter likes Pikachu, like, yeah.
I heard it from
So,
Ryan. a couple
This is
weeks
the
ago.
fucking evolution of Girafarig.
Oh, man.
And it looks
does
exactly
look-
like the fucking. Oh, nice. Redirect notice. Hell yeah. Well, I don't know how to go back.
There we
There
go.
you go.
No, it
But
does.
yeah.
It looks like
Yeah,
a
it look-
fucking astronaut.
Let me see.
Yeah, it looks exactly like the
wow.
Excelsior giraffe logo.
hilarious.
It's
Yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
It's
that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's great. And it's a fucking psychic giraffe Like, so it kind of fits with the whole space fucking.
Yeah, this is like a psychedelic giraffe. He looks like he's out of his fucking mind, having the best time ever.
Well, and that's where that giraffe is a psychic giraffe who's also out of its fucking mind. Like
Holy shit.
the lore.
Look at Brennan's face and look at this giraffe. Holy shit, bro. That is an uncanny likeness.
Damn, this is good.
It is astonishing. Like, I actually just was like, hold on. What?
No.
It's the shape of the eyes, I think.
All right.
And maybe the jawline.
Legit. Excelsior. When you started getting these was when I was on my hiatus from drinking.
Uh-huh.
These are fucking phenomenal. This is
They're delicious.
fantastic.
They're delicious, and they're 9.1.
I'm not gonna lie. This tastes like the perfect. Like, I would start my morning with this.
I intentionally don't start my morning with it so that I don't become an alcoholic.
Right? Well, yeah, that's see, and that's where I'm being responsible now that so I can't do that.
Yeah.
But immediately when I tasted this, I was like, oh yeah, that mango, you have this with some sausage in the fucking morning. This is like the perfect breakfast fucking.
Yeah. You know, you're a first class degenerate.
Yeah, exactly.
How to be a first class degenerate.
Yeah.
101.
No, because there's
Start
like
teaching classes at the
Shame.
community center.
well, here's the thing.
Shit.
Shout out to the Are You Garbage Boys.
Oh, fuck yeah.
The Are You Garbage
Hilarious.
comedy podcast is fucking hilarious. And
Are we past 10 minutes now? Can we smoke
yeah,
weed?
we can smoke weed.
All right.
You're close enough.
6:35.
Yeah, you're close enough. It doesn't matter.
Don't demonetize us, please.
We have to be monetized to begin with.
Oh,
so-
fuck. Reality.
Yeah. Damn.
Please monetize us. Monetize us, please.
Well, what's great is that with how our analytics are going, by the time we hit 1,000 subs, like most people's struggle is getting like the 4,000 watch hour time span. But with how our analytics are going, we're probably going to hit that before we hit 1,000 subs. Which
Really?
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but at least people are watching our shit.
Yeah, the people that are watching it all the way.
Yeah, not even all the way, but like a lot of them. I briefly went through and looked at the analytics, and
In your underwear?
I think I was. Yeah,
Nice.
I was laying in bed, so I think probably yeah.
Or, knowing you, maybe not. Right? Like, yeah.
Yeah,
You
I've
could
got-
just have your cock ring on.
Yeah.
Just you hanging out with your cock ring on that you fell asleep with last night.
Yeah, it's recreation. It's like a ring you wear on your finger, wear it every day. It
Yeah.
never comes off.
You're like, shit, I
Yeah.
wake up in the morning, I might wash it off,
Yeah.
Please specific.
Yeah, you know when you get a new ear piercing and you got to clean, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same deal.
Oddly specific
Yeah.
session with cock rings.
It's not oddly specific. It's because it's hilarious.
Well, so it came up at work, and really, Ryan.
It was because I fell asleep with a cock ring.
No,
Yeah.
don't. Like, I know. It's just.
Well,
Yeah.
like, okay, look, I used cock rings when I was younger, right? And it was like a novelty. It was like, oh yeah, like that's kind of fun, and some of them have vibrators on them and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And some of them nowadays get intense. They got full contraptions attached to them. That's just too much.
yeah, right. I'm not like, look, I'm a novice, but I still want to
Bro,
launch my own
chastity
cock ring line.
Cock ring?
No, what it's got is it's a cock ring with a little dealie that comes off the end of it, and it covers your taint, and then it has a butt plug at the end of it. So you can,
Jesus Christ!
so you can put it around your cock balls
Oh,
and then shove
fuck
something up your
yes.
ass at the same time, and it
Holy
all
shit.
vibrates.
So now your girlfriend doesn't have to peg you.
Bro.
Your cock ring does it for you.
Bro,
But if you wear it while fucking her, then you can still have pussy
It's a
and have
double
something in your
whammy.
ass at the same time. So
Jesus.
well, and
You know.
technically you're fucking yourself, and it's
Yeah.
not. It's more like masturbation.
yeah.
Yeah. You're like, oh, it's not gay. It's totally not gay, bro.
Oh, it's pretty
There's nothing
gay.
gay about this, bro.
No, listen,
Bro.
it's gay.
Bro,
No, he's like, no, fuck that.
That's
No, listen, listen.
Dude, I tried to put one of the ball rings on. Nah. nah, homie, that shit is fucking uncomfortable. And I snapped my
Listen,
nuts, and
all
I was
right.
like not feeling sexy.
Just don't put anything around your nuts.
I'm okay
sorry.
with I'm okay with two kinds. There's the one that goes just around your dick, and then there's the one that goes around your dick and your balls.
Yeah.
I'm okay with both of those. The ones that are purely just for your balls,
Why?
That's a death trap.
Why?
That's a death trap. You
No.
put
Why?
dude, I put it on one
Why?
time.
Just
panic.
no, why?
Instant fucking panic. It
Why
felt
are
good.
you wrapping anything around your balls?
Because I was fucking curious.
I
all right?
tried the big one
Bro,
too.
just use a
I
rubber
tried
band.
the biggest one.
Yeah,
and it was
exactly,
like,
yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Dude.
I was in a full panic. I'm like, how do I
Yeah.
get it off? How do I get it off?
I was in this. I was in
and
the
then I
same.
fucking snapped my nut. It's like,
It
bro.
felt good for about
Drastic.
35 seconds before it immediately dawned on me. Where I was like, "How do I get this off? How am I getting this off?
castrated.
What is gonna happen?" And then you realize that you gotta like try to fucking squeeze your thumb like into the gap, the gap that there is none, and you're scraping and scratching your fucking nutsack while you're trying to
Fuck
grab it,
that.
and then you gotta.
There's
pull-
nothing sexy about this situation at all.
No,
Like,
and if you're
I
trying to
had a
dude,
full-on erection.
if you're trying
I
to
was-
do it in front of your girl, it's like, first of all, hopefully you have a comfortable woman, because that's not a fucking good look.
Yeah, you're
for
like,
you.
oh god,
oh god, oh god.
Like, babe, stand by. I
You
might
gotta-
need help.
Yeah, yeah. Like, get over here with your hands. You gotta hold
put
this
you on
side.
hold real quick.
If you pull on this side and I pull on this side and we extract at the same time,
Yeah.
and then you're putting ultimate faith.
I
She'll
went-
pull
I
on
did
it. And you're
double
like,
finger-
don't let it go. Don't let it go. Don't let it go.
Snaps.
I went double
your
finger.
finger fucking slips.
Oh, it's a very it's a possibility, bro, and it happens.
I
And when
went-
it does,
I went like
Fuck
double
all
finger,
that.
double finger, right? And then boop, and then I was just like plunk, plunk, and it still caught a little because I couldn't.
yeah, no,
because they're really they're
Yeah.
strong, dude. So it's like
for each testicle.
Oh,
Yeah.
Plunk.
and
yeah,
you
was
feel
like,
it too.
plunk,
Like
plunk,
you,
and then
it
I was like,
hurts.
oh god,
Yeah.
it was victory. But then it was like, fuck, I'm not even
No
interested at this
victory.
point.
No, but that's literally
No.
one of those ones where afterwards you're like, why am I even in this situation?
Yeah.
Why
You're
am
like-
I standing here? What is?
You're
You
just
thought it would be
embarrassed and
cool to
ashamed
wrap
of
something
yourself.
around your nuts. That's why you're in that situation.
I'm not gonna lie.
You
There,
got too curious.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. There was
Yeah.
a mirror very close to after. So like after
Yeah,
I
do
was
my
done
balls look
doing it
sexy?
and I was panicking, I just like looked at
Bro, were
myself
your
in the
nuts
mirror
inflamed?
and I was
Like-
just like naked, standing in my room, like holding a cock ring, like a fucking monkey, just like.
Did you see your own reflection and see the panic where you're just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. No, I saw, and then immediate, like, it was the immediate wash
Relief.
of shame after. Like, it was,
Yeah.
no, it was relief,
Relief,
from
but
having
also
the nuts.
shame.
Well, yeah, because then once the process is complete and you feel that relief, and then you look at yourself in the mirror, and then you
God
realize
damn it.
what situation you were just in, you're like, I don't even know if this is a victory anymore.
No,
yeah,
that's
you're
a
like,
full-on victory.
I might need to speak to a professional.
Even the victory is, even the victory is bittersweet.
Traumatized.
Like,
from
I
the
might
ball
need to
sack
speak to a
ring.
professional
Hold
about
up,
my life
hold up.
choices right now.
If the
Because
ring-
goddamn,
If the ring is only for your nuts, is it still a cock ring?
it's kind of like user beware, but
Yeah.
use your imagination.
Yeah.
Use your
Yeah.
imagination.
Well, I've never done that myself, but it reminds me of your guys' house the other day when they tried castrating the bull or like the small male cow.
At our house.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was on TV.
Yeah.
But like the rubber
Literally,
band
in-
broke,
dude,
but
in
then
my-
the balls all got gangrene
Oh!
because it didn't get castrated all the way.
Oh!
So they had to put the rubber band back on and hopefully.
What the fuck?
No, the nuts on this thing, it was like this big black. It looked like, dude, it was gnarly. It was fucking
Bro,
disgusting.
what?
I'm not even
Stop.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking
No.
disgusting.
And you know the farmers
You
are
ever
going to
watch
eat it
any of that like
afterwards.
farm, farm
That's dinner,
MD
bro.
shit?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No,
They-
no,
they're
no,
not,
no,
Liver
no,
King
They're
no,
not
loves it.
wasting that. Yeah,
The
the Liver
Liver
King would
King!
eat those.
Dude,
Bro,
listen, okay,
this
so-
dude is hilarious. The Liver King is hilarious. What was he on? What was that video you were showing me?
It was on Barstool Sports. With
Oh my
Caleb.
Oh, dude,
God.
Barstool Sports is
This
fucking
shit
Oh
hilarious.
yeah, the
hilarious.
Sunday conversation.
Yeah.
They're like, would
Yeah,
you eat
with
raw
Caleb.
pussy?
Yeah,
Would you?
yeah, with
He's
Caleb.
like, animal? He's like, I would never. I would
Yeah.
never eat animal
He
pussy,
wouldn't
animal
eat
vagina.
deep fried horse pussy.
Dude.
He's like, yeah, I'll eat whatever balls you hand me, but pussy? No.
No.
That's clearly not on the Liver King's menu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. Dude, he was talking about not wiping. He described his shit as crispy.
What the
Bro, if
fuck?
you're taking crispy shits, homie, there's something wrong, dude. You should not be describing any shit you ever
shouldn't-
take
Hold
as
on.
crispy.
He said crispy.
Yeah,
he
he doesn't
said-
wipe.
He also
doesn't
said
wipe.
5 pounds,
Yeah.
and he doesn't wipe.
Okay,
Yeah.
you
He
should.
said he takes a 5'1",
Oh, baby
5
arm.
pound-
That's a whole fucking baby arm. What
one
the fuck?
crispy 5
should
pound shit
never-
a day that he breaks off clean and doesn't wipe.
You should never,
Homie.
ever
Homie, what
use
is
the
happening?
same words that you would use to describe a
Food.
chicken tender.
Bro,
as
he's
your
using
shit.
food descriptors for his shit.
Like, yeah, my shits are real fucking crispy and buttery.
No.
Picture your favorite
Wrong.
chicken tender.
My
Wrong.
diet's so primal, I can eat my own shit for 2 weeks.
What the fuck?
I
No,
can
dude.
eat my own
My
shit
body
and
is
drink
its
my
own recycling
piss.
agent.
I am a temple.
Other than like expelling that from his body, how else does he know it's crispy?
Please recycle.
How much you guys want to bet that the Liver King drinks his own piss? I'm just saying. I got to throw it out there.
Listen,
I got to throw it
Zero.
out there.
Zero.
Nah, homie. He's got grounders. Like he's on some wizard shit.
Listen, ever
like,
since
you
that
know
last
homie's
podcast-
drinking his own piss.
ever since that last podcast where I was talking about him shitting in the backyard and then like his housemates having to clean it.
Yeah.
And, like his wife's begging him, like, please stop shitting in the backyard. And he's
Yeah.
like, I gotta be primal.
Housemates? You mean groundskeepers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Groundskeepers, whoever, you know.
Housemates is like a roommate.
Yeah, I know. Well, I meant maids, like housemaids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
Do you
But
think
yeah,
anybody ever catches him? Like, does he really just shit out in his? Like, he just takes a stroll out in his,
fucking Jose is watching him and he's like, oh, God.
He's like, yeah, I worked up a good
Ay,
shit.
Dios mío.
Does he dig a hole? Like, what is the situation? Does
Monsieur
he have-
Senor Liver King, why?
Senor Liver King, why?
Ay, Dios mío. There's shit in the woods.
Poops into the food he's feeding the cows that he's gonna eat next.
Natural manure and fertilizer.
Christ, bro.
He's like, I gotta fertilize my plants.
It's wild. Dude, he says the wildest shit.
He's
It's-
great.
It's fucking bananas. It's
Listen,
so crazy.
It's very rare. But if you can find one of the people who follow him,
He's just a living meme at this
legitimately-
point, though.
Like, because here's the thing.
Like after Joe Rogan bodied him
Yeah.
so devastatingly,
but he's
like
done
he's
a-
just a meme, and
he's
that will
done a
probably carry
fantastic
his brand.
job. Yeah, but he's done a fantastic job of running with it. He knows he's a meme and he's
Yeah.
going with it. He has the business sense to go.
Yeah.
My favorite are his followers. Like the few of them who are legit, like
Primals. The primals.
Yeah, they don't see behind the wall. They don't realize it's bullshit, and so they're out here. I found one of these dudes' profiles, and it is hilarious. It's like some guy in the Midwest who like
Is he like copying, pasting his brand and like redoing?
No.
Okay.
He lives like a very normal, basic, like works at a factory or some normal fucking job, but then is also like just trying to eat liver. And
But
so, like,
nobody that he works with knows how many animal balls and penises
so, like,
he's eating
well,
to please his god, the Liver
you'll
King.
see- I watched one video of this dude, and he was sitting there eating the fucking liver, right? And he was not enjoying it, but he was like, I gotta do this. Liver
That's
King
a
says
channel
so.
name.
And he's just, it was sad. Honestly, it filled me with sadness seeing this guy like so genuinely committed to the 9 ancestral tenets, and it doesn't seem like it's improving his life. But he's just in it now. And then the Liver King got called out, and I'm like, what do you do? What do you like? That's like being a Catholic before you figure out they're raping kids, and then you figure out they're raping kids, and you got to still be like, yeah, well, that's not the whole religion. It's like,
No, you want to know what they did.
and so Liver
Do you
King
wanna
gets
know
called
what
out,
they
and they're
did?
like, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
taking
and-
steroids, but
Yeah, and if you're the Catholic Church, you move the molesting priests to South America, where they can molest thousands of deaf kids.
yeah,
They would just move them to this deaf,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
church or whatever, and it's like, well, these kids can't complain. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
Can never hear you coming.
yeah. So it's like, let's just put them here because then then we got no complaints.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They'll
What the
never hear
fuck?
you coming.
Yeah, never. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. Imagine like the auditory trauma that they don't have from
my
like
God.
Oh God! Why did I say that out loud? Because immediately
Stop.
I'm like, there's kids that heard themselves being raped, and then the deaf kids, they never heard themselves being raped. It's so fucked, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, what?
So it's like, is
that
it better
bad.
for them? It's
Yeah.
like they get 1 degree less of like sensory input on
No.
Was it good? Dude,
What?
that is
No,
the fucking...
absolutely not.
That is the equivalent of going, was it good though?
Is it better? Is it better for them? What?
I'm not saying.
Is it better for them?
How did the church justify it? The church literally put these pedophile fucking.
It was probably good. They got touched by the hand of God, so it's probably good.
Jesus.
Damn. You know how like in
We're always
in
talking about the
southern-
body of Christ. Fucking here you go.
You know how in southern churches they say, like if they see somebody with disabilities or it's like retarded, they say that boy is touched. He's
Yeah.
touched by
Or
God.
they say that boy ain't right. Yeah. Which is my favorite. Yeah.
oh bless his heart.
Or when they talk about gay
Bless
people and
his
they're
soul.
like, yeah, they swing, he swings a little to the left.
Yeah. No, one that I heard that I thought was hilarious was like, oh, there's a little sugar in his tank. There's a little sugar in his tank.
What?
Dude, old homophobic white people are my favorite when they're trying to be woke, or like they're trying to accept, like maybe their kid's
Yeah.
gay and they're trying to accept it, and they always fuck it up. My favorite is in the shows. Like there'll always be a show where there's like some fucking lesbo who came out and then her dad doesn't fully support her, but he's trying. And so then he'll come up and be like, yeah, don't worry about it, kiddo. Just because you choose to be this way, it's okay. You're like, swing and a miss. You were so fucking close.
Yeah.
You almost got it.
The first show that I ever remember it ever being addressed on was Roseanne.
Yeah.
You know, that was the first show that they ever
What
like.
is that?
Yeah.
You never seen Roseanne, bruh?
I think it came out before he was born.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It came out before I was born, too. So
Yeah.
you have no excuse.
Yeah, but she's only been relevant really as a
Blame
meme.
this guy, not me. I don't fucking. Why
Roseanne?
would I know about this?
It was
Roseanne
old
was the shit.
Because it's
sitcom.
hilarious.
Yeah.
She was the
a
first one
stand-up
to ever
comedian.
come out with
Yeah.
like the lesbian stuff.
Yeah.
and,
I've
like
never-
abortion
Roseanne-
issue on
Yeah.
TV
Yeah.
and like a bunch of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it was hilarious. Like it was raunchy. It was good. It was like back when you could
Yeah,
say
the
fucked
guy
up
from
shit on
Big
TV.
Lebowski's on it.
Yeah, they said fucked up shit on Roseanne, and it was
Yeah,
hilarious.
right.
Like it was so like close to real life, you know, because like, but then they took the comedy approach and they addressed real shit
Yeah.
that people fucking deal with, but they made it
Yeah. No, it was real.
yeah.
Comedy is the only way I can view life.
Like they
I've
addressed
figured this
addiction,
out.
they addressed fucking all kinds of shit on there.
Yeah, abortion.
I've been learning this more recently of like, not everyone uses humor as such a fervent coping mechanism as I do. Like I've realized there's not a whole lot of things I can take seriously. And there's not a whole lot of serious situations I can be in without just making jokes about everything that's going on.
yeah,
like,
like,
yeah.
like
if
9/11.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I don't know. I think it's set by your trauma like threshold, right? And I feel like people have different. Like Joe Rogan talks about how someone's worst situation in their life is the same as someone else's worst situation. And it's like I guess I can kind of like the argument is like someone getting like a B. And that's the worst thing that's ever happened to them is they got a B on their report card, and it was devastating.
Yeah,
and
then
like,
there's this
could you
other
imagine
kid who
that
had
a
to
kid
suck
felt
his
so
uncle's
horrible
dick at the age
exactly.
of 3.
Yeah, exactly, right? And it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I can't
Who's to
bridge the
say?
two. You know what I'm saying? But there's kids that literally got a low grade and have like committed suicide because they got a low grade.
Do
Like,
a
that's
flip, pussy.
fucking ridiculous.
But
Like,
is that because the kid felt that bad, or was it because the parents put those thoughts in the kid's head?
the pressure. Yeah, the
the
parents
pressure is
the
definitely
parents,
put
yeah.
the pressure there.
Yeah, listen, no
But still,
kid
that's
inherently gives a
crazy.
fuck about grades
Right.
until their parents are like,
Well,
you have to do this.
But I think
Yeah.
there is an inherent desire to like achieve and
yeah,
to accomplish.
yes.
Right? And-
yes,
and
very
then-
much so. But to the level that some parents expect it. Like, I knew this, I'm not going to say her name, but I knew this chick in school small, like the most stereotypical Asian I've ever met in my life. Like her backpack, bro, twice the size of her.
That's hilarious.
She skipped 2 grades.
Yeah.
And was smarter than all of us.
Like Mensa. Literally Mensa
made us
status.
look fucking idiotic.
Right.
She was on the robotics team with me. Right? So all I did during robotics
was duct tape a stick to the robot.
and I took everyone to 7-Eleven. Now again, robotics club is on a Saturday.
You exercised the 10th ancestral tenet, which is have a little fucking fun.
Yeah. There is there's no rule. You're there on a Saturday by election. There's no rules. There's a 7-Eleven down the street on the corner. It's less than 5 minutes away. So I'm like, fuck it, I want to go get a snack. Who wants to go to 7-Eleven? It was a fucking great time. Just a bunch of fucking teenagers walking down the road, going to a 7-Eleven. It is just a bunch of nerdy kids. That's like the most they've ever done in their life. They're freaking the fuck out. She was scared. Like, I have never seen someone more scared doing a casual, like, she's looking at every car like, I don't, what
like a prey animal?
Yeah, like, what if my parents
like a prey animal.
No, she's like, what if my parents see me? What if I get caught? What if they know I'm going
What
to
are you
7-Eleven? I'm
getting
like,
caught for?
I'm like, what are they going to get you in trouble for getting a Slurpee? She was like, I'll get beat. I was like, whoa.
Right.
And that's when I realized that's like, some of these fucking nerds are only nerds because of their parents. And like, some of that pressure is ridiculous. Like, she had perfect, like, straight A. I think she had more than a 4.0, honestly, due to electives and other bullshit. Shit that I didn't even know how to do. Like, when I was asking her about her GPA, she was like, yeah, I have a 4.2. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
That only
So you're
went
into
You're like,
420.
no. It doesn't work like that. It's
I was like, it maxes out at 4.0. I don't think you can do that.
Yeah.
You sure you're right? She's like, no. If you do this, and this, they'll give you extra. I was like,
And give the
she
principal
cranked her
a beat.
GPA to 11.
yeah.
Yeah.
And still, her parent, like, I'd see her parents drop her off in the morning, and it was like the least love I've ever seen exchanged between, like, here's your backpack, which weighs twice the size of you. Make sure you do good or don't come home. Was very much so the vibe I was getting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No, at my dad's, it was kind of like that. I remember I got in trouble one time, and I literally had to write a fucking paragraph 1,000 times.
Oh yeah,
That was my punishment.
Yeah,
I had to
my
write
parents
a
made me do that one
paragraph
time.
about what I did 1,000 fucking times.
No way you actually did
so
that.
you know what? You know what you do? Letter for letter.
Yep.
Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop.
No, my parents made.
I didn't write the fucking paragraphs out.
Yeah.
Like, no. No.
Do you
fuck
remember the paragraph?
Fuck no. Because, I didn't read the paragraph. I didn't write the paragraph out.
Yeah,
if I
you
would
were
have
just
done
doing
that,
it letter by letter.
it would have been ingrained in my brain.
A,
but I'm like, fuck you. I'm not
A,
playing your
A,
game.
A,
Exactly.
A.
Yeah, you couldn't
C.
copy and paste.
No. No, it wasn't on the computer.
Oh, all right.
No. This was handwritten.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Typing? No, this was not a thing.
Sure, it was 1,000 times.
Yes.
No,
They were sadistic as fuck. You've met
No.
my dad.
Not 1,000 times.
You've met my dad.
Not 1,000
You know
times.
Grandpa. You
So,
know Grandpa Greg.
maybe 100.
Listen,
Not
even-
1,000 times.
You don't understand.
You were. You
no,
were
it
there
was
for
probably
days.
1,000.
I still have calluses on my fucking hands. Okay.
How many
Like,
days?
I don't know. I would
Many.
get home
That
from
wasn't-
school.
that wasn't-
I would get home from school and I would just have
Yeah,
to
you
sit
just
in my
start.
room. They would literally
My parents
serve
did a
me
very
dinner.
similar thing.
They would
I know, but
serve
not
me
1,000.
dinner.
Yeah.
They would
Not
serve-
1,000.
Yeah,
They would
dude.
serve me dinner. They would come knock on my door and they would put dinner outside my door and I would have to eat in my room. And then they would come and get my dishes when I was done.
Here's a
And
joint-
I had to stay in my room
Here's a
and
joint of
and do
marijuana.
this. So
Like-
I
Not
had
1,000
I
times.
had a fan on my desk, right, that I had like massacred a red pen in, and it sprayed the fucking ink all over the wall behind it, and I thought it was awesome, and so I like smeared it, and I did all these, like, I don't know, I was fucking around. But my dad came down and imagine Grandpa Greg walks into my room and sees what looks like blood. from a red pen and like smeared all over, and I had like drawn insignia in it and shit. And he was like, "What in the fuck are you doing? Is that blood?" Like he lost his fucking mind, dude.
Are you worshiping the occult?
Bro, I spent so much time in my room there when I was younger.
Yeah, but having to write 1,000 paragraphs.
Not because
dude.
I wanted to. Like I was always outside.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I was
you spent
outdoor.
time in
How
your
long
room.
was this paragraph?
I don't know. It was like 4 lines,
3
3
or
or
4
4
sentences?
lines. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like, "Oh, I'm sorry I did this. I won't do this again, and I've learned."
I had to do
what
that because I
did
got caught
from
in a
doing
lie.
it." Yeah.
Awesome.
I got caught in a lie, and so I had to
Bullshit,
write
dude.
like I wouldn't
R.I.P.
fucking lie or
Bozo.
whatever.
Right.
And I
That's
had
funny.
to do it. I don't think it was 1,000 times, but it covered multiple.
They
For
were
me-
sadists, bro.
For me, they just gave
I
me
was
like
never forced to write anything.
they just gave me like 3 or
that.
4 pieces of paper, and were like, sit here and fill up all these pieces of paper.
Like you know the
every line.
intro on The Simpsons?
Yeah,
where
it's
he's
that.
like sitting there
Yeah,
writing
it's
that. On the
that.
chart. Like
It's
it
half
was,
the
like,
reason
so
why I
cliche.
like
we
The Simpsons.
understand. Like
Fucking
I've
ridiculous.
That
I've been
ever
in the
happened to
same
you, Zach?
situation, but not 1,000 fucking times.
You've had to write
Fuck
on the
that. Yeah, I've had to
board?
repeat a sentence and like, yeah, I've
Like
had to
maybe
do that
10
in the
times or
past.
20
What did
times
you do?
or whatever.
I had
right?
to fill 2 pages full of like these 2 sentences because I don't know, I was in daycare or whatever, and like everybody did something fucking, I don't know, everybody got in trouble.
Here's how I
you
know
stole
this
Pokemon cards?
No,
Here's how I
everybody-
know
you were
this
ganking
punishment
kids with
doesn't
their
work.
Pokemon
is You
cards?
don't know.
Everyone was being faggy.
I don't fucking know. Just I remember
Christ.
I remember none of the staff was happy, and so the entire class got in trouble, and we all had to write sentences. That's it. But
You
I did the
understand
same
how
fucking
bullshit
thing,
that is?
1 letter at a time, just trying to fucking drill it out real quick. But
No, it was a full binder. A full binder. Like a full, complete, like college rule binder.
fuck that.
Dude,
Yeah.
No, I just rebel. I'm
Front
not
page-
doing that.
So front page.
You're not
and
making
back.
me.
Front page.
You're
and
not
back.
making me
Front page
write
and back.
1,000
Front page
paragraphs.
and
That's
back.
not happening. I'm
when
sorry.
you're 7 and your parents take everything from you
Yeah,
unless
no,
you
I'm
do
sorry.
it.
No way in fucking hell.
I did it.
I never.
Once
no.
it was like
I wouldn't-
this
bro.
is your life. Like what else do you want
I
to do?
would
was
not
like,
even
I don't know,
take-
go play with my toys. Like we'll take those.
Bro, I wouldn't take shit from my own mom. Like she'd try to ground me, and I'd just crawl out the window. Like it's not happening. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't have
Even when
anywhere
I
to
was
run.
younger.
I didn't have anywhere to run to.
It's, you know,
Like where I lived, like it's if I got out, even if I got out, best case scenario, right? Where the fuck am I gonna go? Like
Just
the
go
near-
for a walk. Anything but
buy a
write
Greyhound ticket.
sentences.
Yeah,
You buy a
right,
Greyhound
at 7.
ticket.
Buy a
Yeah,
Greyhound
at 7.
ticket.
You can buy at 7.
Yeah, you can find crack immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, 7-year-old crackhead.
Yeah.
Fucking, my parents tried to
Starting off
ground me, so I
strong.
ran away and started sucking dick for crack in downtown Olympia.
Fuck that. Fuck that, homie.
With some minor attracted people. Some good old maps.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
No,
my
no,
least
this is the
favorite
thing.
thing.
This is fucked up. No, they're, yeah. Like, okay, there are things that are like mental,
There are things that are mental illness.
yeah, and we just
Mark
need
Norman
to be
has a
able
great joke
to
about
fucking
pedophiles. Like,
address it like that.
he's like, I wake up every day and I just thank God that I'm not a pedophile. You understand how close you are to becoming a pedophile?
Jesus Christ.
He was like,
Mark Norman is fucking.
He was
I
like-
saw that bit.
yeah,
I
he
saw that
was like,
bit.
when I was in 3rd grade, I was attracted to 3rd grade girls,
Yeah.
you know? And now I'm attracted to adult women. When I was in 3rd grade, I liked grape juice. Now I like wine, but I still like grape juice. And he's like, ooh,
So close.
that close.
Oh shit.
Fucking love Mark Norman.
Dude, his commentary is fucking great. So the last fucking Protect Our Parks episode, they got all fucked off on mushrooms and way too fucking dude, it was fantastic. Mark Norman's like, whoa, these mushrooms are strong.
All it made me want to do is like, and a few of my buddies are coming back from the military too for holiday season, which means that it's time for me to load up on mushrooms. And I think we need to do one of these on
Yes,
mushrooms.
please.
We need to have a podcast on mushrooms.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Wait, how old are you again?
In the woods.
41.
21.
Damn. But he's coming back from military from the Iraq-Afghanistan war, but
Bro.
That
Yeah,
happened
none of my
like a
that's- that's
decade
like-
ago.
Dude,
even
that's a-
more for me.
Operation
So-
Desert Storm.
Yeah.
That's
So-
an obligation, though. You're coming back from like wartime, or like you're coming back from serving, and you're in the military. Like you're just doing mushrooms when you get back home.
I have one.
Or you kill yourself. There's like you have
Yeah.
two options.
Trauma
You either
reset.
hallucinate.
You hit the
Yeah.
trauma.
Take
Hit the
mushrooms.
trauma reset.
Here's
Either
what's
take
great ab-
mushrooms or do something awful.
Yeah. Here's what's great about my buddies is most of them have like pussy jobs at the military. Like most of them don't do shit.
But
One of
they
my-
still do
like,
mushrooms when they
one-
come back.
They're
one
nerds.
of one
They're
of my
military
buddies.
nerds.
Yeah, one of my buddies. His job is to like help direct bombs towards the Middle East. But like the way he describes, he's like, yeah, it's a lot more about coordinates and shit. I'm like, but you're still sending the bombs, right? He's like, yeah, but I don't see it. I'm just on the computer. I was like, all right, that's cool. That
Bro,
I'm
yeah.
sure that, but
That's
one-
fucking hard.
They just
But
got
one
cool
of my
graphics.
yeah.
Winner. Experience 2000.
He makes a
yeah.
GUI for it every time he
Yeah.
wins a strike.
Dude,
he gets
what-
points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
They're
one of
literally
my
just
buddies,
playing Warzone. They're
Yeah.
literally just playing Warzone.
No,
But
they're
two
playing
of my buddies-
Battlefield in real life.
Yeah, Battlefield. No, dude, there was a movie that they made about this called Toys.
Yeah.
You remember Toys from when
yeah.
we were kids? And they were literally kids playing video games that were actually controlling.
Yeah.
And like,
What's that
Yeah, they
one
made a
movie?
new one.
The one
with
in outer
Harrison
space.
Ford.
So two of my buddies who do
Ender's
like,
Game.
Ender's
Yeah,
Game.
Ender's
That's
Game.
what I'm
Ender's
talking
Game.
about. Yeah.
yeah.
So two of my buddies do like actual shit in the military.
Yeah.
One of them is already on 100% disability because he fucked his
Right
back
on,
up
brother.
jumping out of
Yeah.
a plane.
Right
Nice.
brother.
Like
Like-
compressed a disc or something.
Yeah,
It's like,
he fucked up the landing like twice. Like he did it one time and like kind of got fucked up, and then did it again and got really fucked up. And then my other buddy,
Homie must have really been paying attention in training.
and what's great is that these are the two who like they would have totally done the distance in the military. Like they would have stayed in. They would have been the prime fucking soldier. Like this is what they wanted to do with their life. And then the military just fucked both of them up. Like this dude
yeah.
got fucked up jumping out of a plane,
Dude.
and the other one they just sent.
that's kind of what happened to my
Yeah.
buddy, too.
So my other buddy, he just got sent to a third world country. I think he was in Bangladesh for a while guarding the embassy. So he was like his stories from that. He's like, yeah, one day a naked dude just fucking rushed the embassy, and I had to tackle him. And I was like, you had to tackle the naked guy? He was like, I didn't want to. He was like, we were taking turns. And I was like, what the fuck? What's the motto that they like? How do they train you for this shit? And I was like, is it just like if you're brown and it moves, shoot it? And he was like,
Dude.
pretty much.
Dude,
All right.
I have so many friends from the Iraq, Afghanistan wars.
but when you
just
said take
murked
him
so
down,
many
you meant
people.
murk him? He had to shoot him?
No, he didn't have to take. No, he just tackled. him.
Tackled. Okay.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
to.
I'm
he
like,
had-
damn. So the naked
had-
dude just comes.
he was just
Nah,
doing a
he-
little bit of, he's
like,
just
no,
doing a
he
little
had-
bit of fruity wrestling. That's all.
No, well, they tased him first. They
Okay.
tased him first, and then they subdued him mainly because he
And
was
then he
naked, and they
started
didn't want
spooning?
to. They didn't want to touch
So
him.
he
so
tased
What if
him,
someone-
and then he spooned the dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what if someone did that with a bomb suppository? Like right before they did that, they look unarmed, right? But they just stuffed a fucking bomb right up their ass, like a time bomb. They're just like,
Yeah, homie could have died.
no,
they're
he's-
wrestling
I
around. They're
love
like,
his-
oh no, we got it. They tase
they-
him. The fucking bomb goes off right when they tase him.
No, I
Well, they
love.
should cut off his arms first. Then he would be unarmed.
I love it as many of my friends went into the military as they did because it's given me a real like
Wah, wah,
like
wah.
what actual military life is like
Yeah.
for these soldiers. I'm like, I don't know if these are the people who should be protecting our country. Like my one buddy who got fucked up with the plane, he also sent me a video of him fucking a chick in a sombrero with Mexican music playing in the background.
jam. What the
You got to admit that that's kind of dope.
it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's great, but then I'm like, this is the man defending my freedoms.
Yeah.
But he's
that
also
guy-
expressing his freedoms.
Exactly.
So you gotta
Yeah.
be like, hey man.
Yeah.
There's this one guy I worked with doing high-rise window cleaning in Seattle, and yeah, he was in the first Iraq war, and he said even if they had binoculars pointing at him, they were required to murder him. So he had a big ass grenade launcher, and he had just a farmer with a bunch of sheep, yeah, until he grenade launched him, and like all him and all of his sheep blew up, and he saw it all and was just saying how fucked up it was.
Yeah, my favorite buddy.
You'd have to just totally dissociate.
Yeah,
You'd have to just totally dissociate at that point.
like man,
what
why
the
do all
fuck?
these fuckers have PTSD and alcoholism?
Yeah.
I never would have guessed.
Yeah. Why is the suicide rate so high? I can't imagine.
All
we did was sign our names on a piece of paper that sent
One
them
of
to
my
war
buddies, though-
to fight people they've never met.
Yeah.
I asked because so out of my buddies who are in the military, like half of them like it, half of them don't like it. The ones who don't like it and are getting out are the ones who I thought would go the distance, but they got fucked over the most because they were the most eager. The other ones, I was like, so what's your job? And he's like, I babysit a runway. It's like, what does that entail? He's like, well, I get up in the morning, I do our PT. It's required. We basically just work out for a living. I'm like, all right. He's like, then go and import some paperwork, do some data. And then I just go basically in a glorified golf cart and drive around a runway and pick up trash. And I was like, hell yeah, dude.
Fuck
And
yeah.
I was like, you're getting paid the same fucking amount as the dude who's in Bangladesh fucking up people at the embassy.
Yeah.
You're fucking picking shit off a runway?
Yeah, imagine he still gets
Rock on.
PTSD.
So now I don't really know how the salary works with the military, but my buddy was trying to explain it to me that it's like when they say, "Oh, that's beyond my pay grade," it literally is. There's like pay grades, and you get paid like a E3. I don't fucking know, E3 or fucking
E3,
whatever it is. Yeah, you get paid a certain amount at that, right?
Yeah, and
but
then if you
get
go up
paid,
to an E4,
but you're getting paid 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
right? It's like basically you sign your life away as property to the military so that you can get an education for free, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how it works here. They promise you free education for signing your life away for however many years, but they'll pay you. I think at the time it was like $4 something, or it was ridiculous amount of it was like so cheap. I was like, wow, so you get paid like literally it might have been $3 something an hour, but it's 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like
so basically how they incentivize you, and I'm not going to lie, what's been fantastic about them.
So if you want to know why the education isn't free in America, it's because the
it's
military
militarized. Yeah, it's
has
militarized.
a monopoly on that. It's like you have to trade your life away for free education.
Yeah, and if you're not doing it, then you got to pay a shit ton of money and get trapped in student loans, which is a whole nother fucking racket.
Yeah.
But no. No, my buddy is basically like, it's nice when they come back because they just have a chunk of disposable income. Because what they do for a while is the military will just pay, like they don't pay you much, but they'll pay for everything. So it's like all of your insurance, medical bill covered. Like your food, if you want to eat garbage, right? You can just eat the military cafeteria food and you're fucking fine. Housing, they'll board you. They'll put you in a shithole. Whatever.
Is the deal with saltpeter real? Did they really do that? Like to
I don't know what you're talking about.
Peter?
They used to like dose the fucking military rations with saltpeter to reduce the libido of the soldiers.
I don't know what saltpeter
What
is.
the fuck is that?
I don't know, but military relationships are hilarious. Out of all my military buddies, I've already got one who's already been married and divorced within a year.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty much gonna
Oh,
be 100%.
Literally, in my fucking head, I've got
my
like
life of my military friend.
yeah, and Zach, you've got
Yeah,
buddies.
100%
You've got buddies who've
rate.
gone into the military as well. Start doing this with me. Get like a bingo card in your brain of like all the military stereotypes, and just mark one off every time your buddies like I've got one who's already on disability. I'm like check. One who's already been married and divorced within a year. I'm like check. Third world country and all the fucking stories that come with that. Check.
What about, hey, I got an idea. What about celebrity suicide bingo?
Well, they
Like, can
already
we
had
Well,
Hey,
shit,
do
we
it.
just got Twitch.
Well, they
I don't know who had
Howard
that on their
Stern
bingo
actually
card,
does that,
but-
but the death, they bet on who will die first.
Oh, not
Who had-
suicide?
Who had Twitch on their
Yeah.
Maybe
suicide
that's an angle
bingo
that
card?
maybe we can,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, who had Twitch on their suicide bingo card?
Yeah, and hold on. Here's a debate.
Who would have
Here's
thought
a
the guy
debate.
who worked for Ellen would kill himself? Not that she.
the guy.
Yeah, apparently she was just like a dictator.
Yeah.
But she was a fucking lesbian.
Yeah, so shit's cool.
Yeah, but she was a dictator.
Dude,
She was a
do
lesbian
you
dictator.
understand the joy that goes
Do
through my
you
head?
have you ever wondered if Ellen knows what dick tastes like?
Yeah.
No. What?
So, so quickly moving past that. Could you okay? So being her, right? Getting liberals, like not normal liberals, like the far left, like woke people. When you get them caught in a loop where their brain can't logic out a solution, where you can't tell, like. You're like, oh, Ellen's being bad, and they're like, oh, well, she's a lesbian, so she can't be bad. Like, she's our golden child. She does all this great, and so they're just like, fuck it, she can't get canceled because they just can't put it through their head that someone who idolized their beliefs can also be a complete cunt.
Yeah.
And they're just fucking stuck in like a spinning out loop, and they don't know what to do.
Yeah, they're like queer washing.
Yeah, like
Instead of like whitewashing, they're like
I
they're queer washing.
I mean, whenever anything becomes an ideology
Well, it's like
religion,
It's like, what would
and
you
it,
think?
and
if
it turns false.
Yeah. What would you think if a cop shot a black person? They're like, oh, fuck those cops. You're like, what if the cop was also black? And they're like,
Yeah.
they just start glitching.
They're
like,
also
I
racist.
can't.
Double racist.
Yeah.
What if the black guy they shot was actually Asian? And they're like,
Yeah. What if the cop was Asian? Oh man, that's funny. Oh,
No,
holy shit!
they've done it so many times. Like when Donald Trump was getting elected, and pro-Trumpers were going around and like telling Trump's beliefs to people, but then disguising them as Hillary's, and they'd be like, "Oh, I completely fucking agree, 100%. Like these are exactly what needs to happen." They're like, actually, that is everything I just told you. That's what Trump says. So you're actually supporting Trump, and they're like, "Oh, you got me."
It's honestly funny to see how gullible they are,
Well,
though.
well,
Because it's like you
realize
put a name above everything you're listing, and then they're like, "Oh, well, yeah, I agree with that." That's
Well, what
that's
you
fucking
do
perfect.
is you realize that they're not actually thinking about any of the beliefs.
No, it's the
They're
partisanship.
They're
It's the
just going with
partisanship.
herd mentality. They don't
Exactly.
fucking know what's
Whatever
going
their
on.
tribe is,
Yeah.
fuck all that. That's nonsense. Like, it's like that's
It's
why some
complete
of
bullshit.
the fucking right wing shit I agree with. It seems fucking practical, but most of the fucking left wing shit I agree with.
Yeah,
because
it's like,
it has to do
it's
with like
practical.
Yeah, people should. And the funny thing is they both agree with the same thing. Is like the gun people and the fucking right wing people are like, yeah, basically you should.
I
be
knew
able
I was
to do
going to
whatever
bring this
you
up
want.
today because I've been listening to Bill Maher today.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of Bill Maher, and like that'll really get you fired up in this direction. Like no one knows what the fuck they're talking about. Everyone's just making shit up and trying to fucking like it's all the sensationalism.
Yeah, like as humans,
Bill
what we
Maher's
are.
old
Nuts.
school liberal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, legit. Like it's like a fucking. He's like in the middle, and it's crazy because now.
Well, it's crazy because he
Like,
used to
he
be on the
seems-
far left, and now he's in the middle, and his
Well,
viewpoints haven't
and
changed.
they make
the
him
sides
seem-
have just
seem
changed
like
on him.
right wing.
It's like the immigrants who are here since fucking California was Mexico.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, the border crossed us.
Well, it's like we can't be honest with
used to
ourselves
be
with like
Mexico.
what the fuck we are as humans. Like we're animals, and the only thing that we are, the only superiority that we have, is that we're more creative at killing things than anything else. That's the
Yeah, our
fucking fact.
yeah, and building shit.
But even that, it's like we've come up with the most creative things that even fucking Leonardo da Vinci created fucking weapons of mass destruction for
Yeah.
literally like mowing people down, all kinds of torture
Yeah.
devices and
And
shit.
now we're like,
that.
that can just be a lawnmower.
Yeah, but like that's what the fuck we are. Like, and so it doesn't matter. Like, the right wing people, they're like it's like the right to bear arms, right? The Second Amendment and the First Amendment. They're like, but it all applies to everybody. Like that shit. Like I think that you should be able to fucking have a gun as a person.
Just silly that
It
it's
sucks.
a sides thing.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Just, it's like, why does there have to be sides? Why can't you just choose what you want to believe?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
why are
yeah.
you-
I
Can't
don't
we
fucking
all
play
just
that game.
get along?
Not just can't we all just
not
get
that.
along, but don't be a follower, you fucking normie. Like
Yeah, it's crazy. And
No,
like,
just think for yourself.
Exactly.
Like, just think for yourself. Like, why? Like, that's the one thing. that
Like, don't let somebody you've
You know-
never met in your entire life program your brain.
I had a nightmare last night that I was
no.
that I was back in school. It wasn't like a normal, like it wasn't like one of my real bad night terrors. It was
You had
just
a
like
small penis.
no, I was a normal size penis. I was just
You had a
back in
chode.
school and I had to fucking do an essay, right? And I could remember. I could remember in the dream, like, just the fucking misery and the anxiety of, like, you have to write 3 pages on this. And you're going, like, fucking why? What am I learning? And they're like, it's just cause. Like, or, like, you have to redo this because of this arbitrary rule. And you're like, fucking why? And they're like, because it's how it is. Like, I hate being told it is the way it is just because it is. And you're like, no. Fuck you.
Or they're
Give me
like,
the
it's
reason
for your
why.
future.
Yeah, you're like, why is it? Tell
Because
me
you're going
why.
to use this in the
Do
future.
you understand how many more kids would like history if you advertised it to them as like a bunch of cool stories about fucking actual shit that happened?
Yeah.
Like, this is just cool stories of shit that happened. And then if you think about it, we can maybe make better decisions in the future based on what we know our history is.
Yeah.
But they don't describe it to you like that. They're just like, we just have to learn it because it's in the curriculum. And you're like, well, fucking why? And they won't tell you. I'm like, why?
Because you have to. It's what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do.
Just tell me
Exactly.
why.
It's one of the tenets.
Yeah, and it's like it's
Yeah.
not even. It's not even.
Do what the
that-
fuck you're told, primals.
Yeah, it's not even like school is fucking useless or the educational system is bad.
Yeah.
It's that a lot of it is fucking flawed with just like the advertising of how you're trying to get these kids to pay attention. None of them care. And when you're only off, and then like, when online school hit because of COVID, I'm like, oh yeah, the education is going
They
great.
cared. even
Yeah,
less.
yeah. No, and it's like it's crazy how they try to get you to pick a side, right? The narrative is really based on this fucking dichotomy of like, left and right, good, bad.
And when it starts getting
light,
into the school
dark,
system,
fucking-
it's crazy.
yeah, it's
And there-
fucking wild.
There are some teachers who are heavily on the left, and they will share their fucking opinion, and they will tell you about it. And then I had this other teacher.
Teachers that nobody likes.
Yeah, and I had this other teacher who one of our assignments was like
Bro, they're
downright.
so woke. It's like just take a sleeping pill already.
Well, and then I had
You know
one
what
of
I'm
my
saying?
I had one of my
Calm
other
the fuck
teachers
down. Take a tranquilizer.
where we had to like
the
downright
fuck on.
study the Bible. Like we had to make
Wow.
Bible allusions, and that's where you connect the Bible's influence.
Illusion.
Yeah.
Illusion.
Yeah, it's where you have to connect the Bible's influence to real life. Like, therefore, if like someone in a song uses something
I mean,
from the Bible,
This
you
was
got
in school.
Yes, this was in fucking high school.
I think
That's wild as fuck.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think if you're studying the Bible, is like not like you should believe this, but this is like an
Yeah.
important
And
document.
I
but
feel
then
that.
Positive messages.
Yeah.
But then there was also these kids who were like, that's not my religious belief. I'm not even supposed to really be reading this book, and like my parents don't understand. And she was like, well, you got to do the assignment. And I was
Well,
like,
it was history.
no, it was English. It was
English?
English.
That's
so,
weird.
So
I
it-
feel
the
like in
purpose
history,
of the assignment was
that
like,
would be
this is
okay.
the #1 best-selling book of all time, and it's influenced
Okay.
a lot of things.
Okay,
And
I can
so,
see that- I can
and
see
so
the
you
angle,
got to
yeah.
look for the influences, which in and of itself, like I
it's the
understand.
most produced book of all time.
yeah. And so like I
the
understand.
first book produced.
Yeah, and so like I get it,
Like,
right?
on
I
a printing
understand
press.
like it's the first book. It's influenced a lot. Let's look at how it's influenced things. That's not inherently in itself religious, but
well,
in order to do the assignment, you
Yeah.
have to have a knowledge of the religion, and actually a good knowledge of the religion. You have to read the fucking Bible in order to be able to know what the fuck's going on in it. So then for like 2 weeks, we're just studying the fucking Bible in school.
If it's read as a
and like
fucking
there's like
fiction,
these fucking Indian,
I don't have an
there's
issue
like
with
these
that.
Muslim kids like sitting in the back corner like, I don't know if we should be
Well,
Here's the
I mean,
deal, though.
I feel if they're gonna do the Bible, they should do many other religious texts. as
Yes.
But there was no
you'd
other
have to do all of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
but there was
Quran
yeah,
and fucking-
there's no other religious text. It was only so I had an issue
Torah.
with this. I tried to complain about it, and the only response I could ever get from the teacher was, "It's just how it is." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Why though? You shouldn't." It's just how it is not a fucking explanation unless it has to do with a scientific fact.
Or
Like
any-
if something
any
is a fact,
yeah.
you can go, it's just how it is. Like when I drop this lighter, it's going to drop because it's just how it is because gravity.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Don't just tell me it's just how it fucking is for some arbitrary thing that I have to learn because you told me to. Fuck
Yeah.
off. Fuck
It's not
you.
interesting. It's not fun.
Well, exactly. Well, and like watching these
Zero motivation to do
watching
that
these
assignment.
kids like freak the fuck out, like trying to be like, I don't know if my parents are going to be cool with this. Like, I know they want me to get a good grade. But
Here's
like,
the deal: if you
Also,
are,
I don't know
teacher
if I
is
should
wrong
be
for
studying
that.
the fucking Bible.
but if you are a Muslim, guess what? It's okay because the Torah.
Well,
is
I don't know
in
if they were
the
actually
Hebrew Bible, which
yeah,
is the
I'm
Tanakh.
pretty sure they were Muslim. I'm not sure.
But if they were, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because the Torah is still the first
Yeah,
5
but
books
there
of Moses.
are religions where
are
that's
in the
not
Quran.
okay, and I don't think
They're
it's
in
cool
the
to be putting
Tanakh.
kids in that position.
Yeah, as far as
It was like it's just a questionable assignment of like, I don't know
if they were trying to indoctrinate them and say that this is what they should believe.
exactly. Which they
I
weren't.
agree with that. But if it's a history thing or if it's a literary thing, I can say that as long as you include other beliefs as well and
See, but they
other
didn't,
doctrines
and that was
as
my
well,
and that was my problem.
like
It's
then you need
there
to
was-
immediately
yeah.
follow that up. If you're going to do that, you need to immediately follow that up with like
Here's the Quran.
the Quran
study.
and
So
the
like
fucking
we were
Torah,
reading
and
we were
then-
reading
yeah.
Hansel and
Book of
Gretel
Mormon.
and
Yeah.
then the Bible and then back to like fiction books again. So it was like, all right, so we're reading the Bible and we've learned about this religion, and however you like it, for me honestly it was just I don't mind learning about other religions. I don't have
Right.
any specific belief and I like to learn about
It's
them.
what
So
sparked my interest in language and history.
yeah, and so, it's
I
fucking
can't,
so it's fucking cool. It was cool for me, but I could see how there was a lot of other kids who were just fucking uncomfortable with it. And then to also like not go into any other religious texts or beliefs other than Christianity in the same course. It's like, well, I feel like we should give these other ones. Like if this one's so important, let's look at the other
Why
ones
not
and
do an
see
assignment
what
on the other ones?
yeah, instead of having to do 25 fucking Bible allusions based on Christianity, how about we do 5, 5, and 5 of like the
break it up
biggest
as a series
of the biggest major religions, and then it's not just on one fucking deal. Because there was like there were some Jewish kids too who were like, yeah, but like this is close to what we believe in, but like not really.
I mean,
then you need to do the Torah
Yeah,
or
exactly.
the Tanakh. Yeah, like and most people they've heard of the Torah,
Honestly,
Yeah.
or they've heard of the Talmud,
Yeah.
right? But that's it's
Also,
interesting.
if you look at the demographics of the high school I went to, it was one of my favorite demographics to look at. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like 85% white kids and like 10% Asian, 2% black, and 3% other. Right? So like the
was cold.
majority of that school
that was fucked up, dude.
that's
That was
no,
really
and
fucked up.
that's literally how,
other.
that's how the demographic was. If you go on the school website, that's how the demographic is
I'm
listed.
not
That's
saying
how
this
I found
is your
this.
position.
I know
I'm
it's
just
hilarious.
saying.
It is fucked up and it is hilarious.
Goddamn.
But that school was so fucking whitewashed in so many ways.
Yeah.
Like the amount of black kids that I knew, like I know like 5 black kids, and it was because of that school. Like we only knew that's all there was, 5 of them. That's it. And then we had a shit ton of Asians, and then like just majority fucking whitey, and so there was a lot of shit that was very Christian centric, and just like man,
Was it Catholic?
I don't know.
Okay.
It was just
Baptist.
Shit ton is a funny term.
yeah.
Shit ton. Is it different than any other ton? And like, what is the actual
Fuck
unit?
ton?
Yeah, there's a fuck ton.
Yeah, I think they're all
There's a
2,000
shit ton.
pounds, like a normal ton
It's just
is.
a normal ton, but it's just
Yeah.
like of
a ton
shit.
of fucks or a ton of shit.
Yeah.
The type of shit, like if you're like, that's a ton of bullshit.
And then like a metric
that-
fuck
yeah.
ton.
Yeah, metric.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that's
metric.
different.
shit
yeah, which
ton.
it's still the same weight, just metric.
No.
It's in the metric system, so it's measured in kilos or whatever.
Could
Not
you
the
do that
same
like
way.
cubic yards? Could you measure it in like cubic yards?
It's not the same way. I don't fucking know, man. Don't call me out on this shit.
No, I'm not calling you out.
No,
I'm just saying, like,
it was
it's
him.
not-
He was like, it's not the
Like
same way.
ton and a
I don't
metric
know.
ton is not the same.
Yeah, I don't convert. I can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
Celsius.
Yeah,
like
I've hooked
Canada
up with
versus
like
US.
2 or 3 Canadian chicks, so I know everything there is to know.
About the metric
Yeah.
system.
You're like, I can measure my dick in I can measure my dick in the U.S. and in Canada.
Yeah.
Dick in centimeters.
Yep. or millimeters.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's way bigger in Canada, bro. No matter.
In
Regardless.
Canada,
Like,
in Canada they
13,
call it the
14.
millimeter Peter.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck. Goddamn.
Millimeter Peter. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So fucking back to this left-right situation. You know, it's interesting how they try to get you to think that there's no freedom in your thought, that you have to choose a direction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that you can't be sovereign in your thinking and just choose a fucking path that you want.
So
And,
Zach,
think for
I like
yourself.
that you're doing the nap. Like you're pretending to fall asleep to this, because it's what a lot of people do with politics, which is why I know this country's gonna fail. Is because no one gives a fuck anymore. Like there's a lot of people who are like, I just don't know what's real anymore. I don't want to pay attention. And they just stop paying attention. And again, I was listening to Bill Maher today, and he says a great fucking thing. It's like, if you ignore politics, like, you know, that's cool and all, but it will affect you eventually.
Yes.
Like all this shit that we take for granted that is given to us is like,
Of course,
It
it's
could be
gonna
gone.
affect me, but
Yeah.
be
like,
gone immediately. And listen, I'm in the exact same boat as you. I'm fucking ignorant, and I know I'm ignorant, and I know I should pay attention more, and I don't. I could have registered to vote the last 3 years, and I haven't. Because
Yeah.
I
Right.
just, like, it just seems, and with all of the sensationalism that goes
doesn't
on around
seem it is
politics,
pointless.
Well, it's not pointless. It's
Not that
pointless.
it's not okay.
that
I'm not
they have
saying that
made
it is
so-
pointless. I'm saying that like your singular
Presidential
vote.
election's pointless.
Yeah,
Yes.
like your individual
us.
vote has zero value.
Well, if you want to base it on the electoral college,
It's
Well,
supposed
yeah.
to, but the
like
fucking our
electoral
votes
college
is
has never
Our
voted
votes
in a
don't matter.
president.
Like
yeah, but here it's supposed to work that the voters determine what
Yeah.
the electoral college fucking
Does.
you know, like
Yeah.
the decision that they make. And
When I
Well,
first
and it's
figured
like-
out that the electoral college could just be like, well, this is what the majority of people decided, but we're like, nah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
is this
Yeah.
supposed to be how this works?
honestly, how I view it is
If it was
like,
popular vote, I would agree with it way more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
why should I have to focus on all of this political bullshit if it's only going to like negatively impact my day-to-day life?
Because-
and not only negatively impact my day-to-day life, but like have zero like value on my day-to-day life.
See, but
Like,
it will.
But
It
imagine
can.
that you believe in a better tomorrow, and that's your driving principle in this. that
I
you're
believe
like-
in a better tomorrow for myself.
But then you realize that in order to do that, you have to influence your environment.
But
and
it
the
doesn't have to be
mechanism by which,
political.
But it
there's
does.
only a
Because
few
at the end of the
mechanisms.
day, laws is what controls this
Now we have
society.
social
I
media.
understand that.
Now we have social media. Right?
Yeah.
That's one of the mechanisms by which you can influence your environment.
All I'm saying is you don't have to follow the norm. You don't have to.
No,
fucking,
absolutely.
Right,
That-
absolutely.
Like, that's
It-
why
yeah.
I say the things I say. That's why it's pointless and meaningless to me, because I don't have to follow that. I
Yeah.
don't have to abide by that whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to let it have an impact on my life. And the moment it does, I'm going to fight. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The-
but here's
like it
the deal.
doesn't
It's a
matter until it does. And the moment it does matter is when I should care. But for
The
now,
fear
I
comes
don't need
is
to.
that if you don't care
agree.
now, it can get so bad to the point where you do need to care, right? Like you're saying, and you'll fight. But
Yeah.
it could be too late by that point.
Exactly.
That's
That
the,
going
that's
back
the
to
whole like.
why it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's I mean there will come a point at which you realize that it does matter, because you will feel the impact of
Of
the
the
influence
changes that are
on your
being
life
made.
because
Right.
it's like you know there's a few things that are driving our society, right? And you can think about it in a lot of different ways, but you have economics, you have like religion, which is the base ground influence and which is the framework for people's world perspective, right? That's the idea, is like, we tell you how to think about the world. Like that's the religion's position in this indoctrination, whatever, however you want to frame that, right? But then you have economics.
Right.
That's the commerce. That's how we trade and exchange goods and services. That's the mechanism by which we do that. And then there's the government, right? And the government's position is to fulfill all these things. That's why there's so many different departments, because it's like, oh, we need someone focusing on this. We need someone focusing on this. And you have to fucking compartmentalize it so that people are able to actually focus on the tasks that need to get done. You know, like farmers should be farming. You know what I'm saying? And like the people that know the task.
But their crops are being destroyed because there's surplus. Like,
the idea is that the best person for the position should be doing that task. Unfortunately, there is
Our
bribery.
system does not work that way. Our system works good on paper.
Yeah, there's bribery.
Yeah,
There's
but
bribery.
because of corruption, which is why you should care, is because the only way corruption doesn't happen
care
is if you
about how I live my own life.
That is true.
Exactly.
Yes,
No,
that is,
100%.
yes, that is
My
true.
point about this, Zach, is I don't care about politics at all. But
Right.
I care about people holding politicians accountable.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I agree.
100%.
I agree. Like, you don't want
Police
shitty
and
people
politicians
in office.
should be held to the highest standard.
And
period.
sometimes-
Okay, but
to
like,
be in
what
this
happens
position,
if you
have
do
an
care
obligation
and you
to the people
do
that you're
try to
serving.
influence what's
Sometimes
going
if
on
you don't
politically?
care and you don't pay attention, it gives a lot more window for corruption. Like, the only way corruption gets figured out and is done something about is if people care enough to notice it.
I'm gonna let the people who do care and do actually want to make a change do that. But for now, I'm
And
just
that's
gonna
fair.
focus on myself. Like,
Yeah, and that's
I don't-
all right.
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, and that's fair.
No, and that's a
Especially
season.
for
You don't have to do that.
Especially
that's
for
a-
your
Right.
age and everything. Like,
Yeah.
that's perfectly fine. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a season that everybody has to go through in their life of self-development.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Where they take dominion over their life and they recognize their sovereignty and they figure out what it is in their heart, like what they're passionate about. And
like
that's why
all I'm saying
I've always
is I
tried
don't
to push you.
want these thoughts to cloud my vision.
Yeah, yeah, and like
And that's a
I've
good
always,
point.
I've always, tried to instill in you and try to tell you, like, focus on what you're passionate about, because that's the
Right.
most important thing. Like, figure it out what that is. What, like, when you wake up, like, what is the fucking thing that you want to do? Like, what is it? Figure that out, right? And let that be the guiding principle of your life, right? Because I've never wanted to imprint, like, I never imprinted religion on you. I never tried to, it was a thing, even though I was in religion. I'm glad that
Right.
I got out before you reached a certain age. And
You
that
parents
didn't,
taking notes? This is
Yeah.
parenting 101 right here.
and I never did that. Like, I never indoctrinated you when you had curiosities and questions about religion. I tried to, like, explain it in plain English and like, not dumb it down, but just explain to you, sometimes exhaustively. I would get long-winded and try, but that was me. Like, I felt
But you also
obligated
are
to
just
explain
that
to you the
person.
best,
You
the
just
best
get
that I
long-winded.
possibly. Well, and I just wanted to explain it. Like, I felt as a parent that my job was to explain it to my best ability, so that I could give you every detail as far as I understood. And then if there's areas that I don't understand, I would tell you,
No,
hey,
and
I don't know about that. Like, we could look it up, or
Right.
we'd have to research that. I didn't know how else to go about it, but that was how I felt. Like, I felt that was my obligation, right? Was to give you the knowledge or the information, as without any fucking religious, without any of the bullshit on it. Just, here it is. You think about that, and then, you know what I'm saying? It's like food for thought. It's like,
Yeah, this is a
I don't-
conversation that's come with me and my wife a few
Yeah, like,
times
I don't
recently,
wanna
especially
teach-
as our daughter's growing and we're going to
Nice,
have another
yeah.
kid. It's like, how are we going to handle the whole religion thing? And
Yeah.
and the way that you're talking about it is a lot of what we're going to try to do. Of just like, especially like I've done.
Fuck yeah.
I wouldn't say that I'm smart about religion, right? But I have looked into, at least briefly, a lot of different belief systems. And, a lot of them share a lot of the same pathways. And I'd want to explain everything that I know about it to my daughter so that she can make a fucking informed decision about it, and that if she decides that she believes in whatever she believes in, that she's perfectly able and allowed to do that, and that belief systems aren't necessarily what's wrong with the fucking system, and
Yeah.
that the organization behind it
Someone's
is where
truly
a lot of the
happy
bullshit comes.
in a religion, then Like, I'm happy for them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, the parents' position should be in the fulfillment. Like, is your child fulfilled? And that's kind of
I feel like the moral of the story is to just respect the individual.
Yeah. No, for real. Yeah.
Like
whatever belief system.
exactly.
If you're happy, fuck it.
I don't give a fuck if you're a Scientologist as long as you're not a dick.
Right.
Yeah,
as long
don't
as
give a
you're
fuck
not
with
like
that.
hurting people. Right.
Yeah.
Like
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, well,
But-
it's like I wanted to give you the tools, like how to think, and how to question
Fuck
things, and
Scientology.
give you like, the ability to analyze things and
Tom
to think
Cruise?
about
Yeah, they're
things.
gonna
You
be
know what
on
I'm
my
saying?
doorstep.
Instead of teaching you like what, I didn't want to teach you what to think.
Yeah.
I wanted to give you tools on like how to think and like perspective and like,
I
but
like
there's
that.
this angle. There's this
I like that a
angle.
lot of like I don't want to teach you what to think, but I want to teach you how to think.
right.
Like and that's a lot of like, to go back to the academic school system, that's a lot of what I disagree about it too, is that a lot of it is it just teaches you what to think instead of teaching you how to actually think.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
not
it seems counterintuitive
reason,
to school. Like school is trying to teach you how to think, right? That's what it should be for, like critical thinking skills.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what a lot of elementary school is actually devoted to, is critical thinking skills. But then at a certain point, it just becomes regurgitation, especially as it gets into later academics. It's just regurgitation of information for the sake of doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that doesn't seem like a great fucking way. I don't know.
And why the fuck were we not taught like gardening
For
or
real.
Agriculture.
fucking
Like, why isn't that?
money, like how to handle money properly as an adult?
Why aren't these
and-
required things in
Bro.
our academic
agriculture
system?
and
Well,
fucking-
no, like,
and
as an
personal
adult,
rights.
This
Here's
is
the
why I
fucked up
selected
thing.
these as my electoral classes.
So
Like-
I did the same thing. I selected electives.
Right.
And it taught me a lot of the things. And all I could think while I was in these fucking classes was like, why is this not the required shit?
Bro, exactly.
I'd then go to the required class like algebra fucking 2 or whatever.
Fuck this class. Why
and
am I
learn
doing
some-
this shit?
And learn some whack abstract math that has fucking helped me never afterwards. And you realize at a certain point, academics becomes like people who get into English degrees. Like, listen, you're just going
It's
to become an
all-
English teacher.
Bro.
And then at a certain level of academics, that's just what it becomes.
It's about your
is a
self-image.
recycling.
It literally just ends up becoming like accessories.
It is coming apart.
No, math
It
to
ends
me.
up becoming like a look at me game and look at what I've done instead of like what you've actually accomplished.
yeah.
It ends up
or what
becoming
actually
like
is useful in life.
right. It's
Yeah.
it's so like it's
Yeah.
honestly ridiculous.
Like how to cook.
It's a merit system.
I wish I was taught how to cook.
yeah,
Yeah.
what hope?
There's
What
home
happened?
ec.
What
Home
happened?
ec,
to
they
home
do
ec?
that.
They
Yeah.
don't.
I learned how to cook
Not
in
anymore.
For an elective, they do.
For an elective.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bro,
My point.
What?
Everything that you want to learn, the school system
They
defends
stopped
it.
teaching kids how to write in cursive.
The school system
Yeah,
defends
that's
it
fine.
as
Right?
Yeah.
the school
Whatever.
system. They defend their actions whenever they get this question asked. Right? They defend their actions by going, "Okay, well, we do offer the students this. They just have to want to take the course." And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, but these are skills that literally everybody fucking uses,
Yeah.
regardless of occupation. Shouldn't that be what gets taught to
Yeah.
everybody,
Like how to
regardless of their
barter.
occupation?
Or how to barter, how to start a small business.
Yeah,
Like, they
and again,
should
I
like
took-
work
I
with
took-
every kid to get
I
a
took an
small
intro
business
to-
started by
Yeah.
the
It's
time they're
like-
out of high school.
I took an
Yeah.
intro to business class and a consumer math class that taught me
Are you
taxes.
taking notes?
Yeah.
Yeah. he
Hell yeah. Write that shit down.
Yeah.
And send me that.
does.
Because we
listen,
got some ideas.
Yeah, like I took intro to business and a fucking I forget what they called it, but it was like a
Outro to brokeness.
consumer math. It was a consumer
Intro to business, outro to brokeness.
Yeah, and it was a consumer math class. Was the other one that I took, and consumer math was
A little different than consumer meth.
Well, it was great because they took. I was always in gifted math classes, and so my two options at that point, I needed like one more math credit to graduate, and so it was either consumer math or like fucking Calc 1 or whatever the fuck, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take consumer math, and it taught me about taxes and tax rates and fucking how to budget your money and how to do all these things, but in the guise of a math class where like math is actually practical. and it was like one of the
That
classes.
sounds
I
like the
paid
most
attention-
practical class that any kid could take.
A math
was
class
the
where the
fucking-
math you're using is going to be applied in your
Applicable?
future?
It should
What?
just be
That's
a-
fucking crazy.
Applicable math.
I was losing my fucking mind because for the last 3 years of my high school career, I was sitting in math classes going, what the fuck am I doing? When am I ever going to use this?
Yeah.
And now this math class is telling me, this is when you're going to use it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Can we start there, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
there.
And I'm like,
start
why
there.
is this an elective?
The curriculum is backwards.
Why in the fuck
Like-
is that an elective class? That
Yeah.
should be
It's-
what every
Bro,
freshman
the
fucking
mindless
takes.
education is so irritating, dude.
It's the most
so-
irritating.
It's so fucking
It's so, and then
it's
again, an
frustrating
intro
shit.
to business class, which is entirely an elective that I don't
Yeah.
even remember why I took it. I think it was just for the fucking, because they give you like, you need to have a certain amount of credits in this. You need to take whatever language,
You're
whatever,
just like
whatever.
fucking, you
Blah, blah, blah. Tell me why the fuck it's important.
No, but
Tell me how I can use it in
well,
my life.
yeah.
Well,
You know
and
what
at
I'm
that
saying?
point,
like
right.
shit, if I would have been taught that fucking shit,
dude. Well,
like,
thankfully,
God damn
in my
it, dude.
thankfully, by 13, I had already wanted to fucking make money off YouTube or fucking start a business or try to
Yeah.
sell my graphic. I had already been doing that. Like that was when I
OnlyFans.
first started. So I wanted to take.
Only
I wanted to take the intro to business class. And listen, it was an all right class. Like we did sit and watch Shark Tank for like 2 days.
Watch Shark
right?
Tank. That's
It was,
dumb.
but it no. Honestly, it was
For business class.
for an intro to business. Watching these people
They
pick.
didn't even teach you anything. Shark Tank.
They
It's
did teach
literally
us.
like an aquarium
Yeah.
with sharks.
They did teach us. They did actually teach us good shit in it.
Like a
and-
screensaver in the background.
It at least taught the kids the basics of like making an idea, bringing it to fruition, and everything. And so like when we watched Shark
Right.
Tank, it was like the last 2 days of the class. It
Right,
wasn't that
yeah.
wasn't what the class was.
I see.
It was and honestly, the way the teacher did it, I kind of liked because it was the last 2 days of the class. We had already been done with our final project, and at that point, you're literally just fucking wasting time waiting for the bell to ring. And so she's like, well, "Fuck it, let's watch Shark Tank." Because we had just like done our final project, which was like make a fucking fake business and like pitch it to the teacher.
Nice.
And so then now we're watching people who did that in real life on fucking Shark Tank, and it was kind of fucking cool for being. I think it was a freshman in either a freshman or a sophomore, whatever.
You know what age I was
But it was
when I
good.
did that? I was like 33.
Yeah.
That's how old I was when I took my first business
So
class.
again, it's
Nice.
that it taught me a lot of real great fucking shit.
Yeah.
And the fact that it wasn't.
That just
Like-
goes to show there's no age restriction on education.
Yeah, and I was taking
Yeah, no, for
fucking.
real.
I was taking
No, you
and the other
open a
class.
business
the
before you're
required
18.
classes I was taking was chemistry, and it was like while I was sitting in there learning about chemistry and biology, some of it kind of useful, but also, I really feel like more kids should have been in that intro to business class. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of them would have been better off, and the
No, it
fact that
sounds
it's
super
not
fucking important.
required is
Right.
stupid. The other class that I took was a fucking office, like intro to computer science, which was actually just like they just taught you like the basics of computers, which was like all the Microsoft Office software, like a brief, very brief introduction to Adobe. I was just happy they had it on the thing because I was already working with Adobe, so I was like, oh sweet,
Nice.
shit to fuck around with. But in that class, you actually get a Microsoft certification that tells everyone that you can put on your resume that you know how to use Microsoft Excel, which for a lot of
Think
fucking office jobs, it's a prerequisite. And I've honestly used that class more in my applications than any other class.
I think
Nice.
It helped me get my job at the state because they were like, do you know how to use a computer? And I was like, in fact, I have a certification I got as a freshman that tells you.
Bro,
I know how to use Word.
I think I took that exact class, but they rebranded it as like they called it something else. But I did that exact same thing. Where like
Was it
for
an
one of the-
elective?
No, it was a required class.
Thank fuck, because it
Yeah.
should be a required class.
Yeah, 'cause
because it was so
my final-
it's so randomly helpful.
Yeah,
I
my
put it
final
on every
project
one of my resumes.
was to make a fake business and like sell
Yeah.
my teacher a product.
and that's
then,
good.
like,
More kids need to be
I
doing that
also
shit.
got certified on all of the Microsoft applications as well, and like, that class was actually fun though. That was one
Yeah,
of the
and
that
it's-
was one of the
it's
classes
fun
that I was
and
in
helpful.
and was actually interested in.
Because if you tell a kid, like listen, I have a 2-year-old. All she ever asks me is why shit like What is this? Or what is it? It's just constant questions. That's all kids want to know. And so if you can tell them why or when they're going to be using a fucking skill that you're teaching them, they're going to be a lot more enticed to use it than if they ask you, hey, when am I going to be using this? And you go, well, I don't know, but you got to learn it anyways. They're like, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah, remember imaginary numbers?
Because.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude. Yeah. No,
Here's the deal. If you're into math, if math is what fucking does it for you, then you should learn that math.
Yes.
Yeah.
Outside
Those
of that,
people
you
should
just
be
need to
doing
learn
math.
applicable math.
Yeah.
You can have an awareness. Say, hey, there's other branches of math that if you want to
Do you know how
explore-
many stupid people I know who do construction and taught themselves the math required to do construction outside of school? Listen.
That's me.
Yeah.
I only understand dimensional math. Like, it's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Just
if it's
teach kids
shapes
math.
and dimensions,
Up-
my brain can
Listen.
handle it. Outside of that, I'm fucking lost.
Teach kids up to
Like,
geometry
seriously.
and then stop. Anything and then give them the like once you get into high school, just give them the option. Like the required classes can be fucking intro to business and all these other useful things we just
Kung
talked
fu.
Yeah, and all these other useful things we
Fuck
just
intro
talked
to
about.
business. Kids aren't hyped on that. Applicable math. Like,
Yeah.
shit you'll actually
Consumer
use.
math.
Yeah.
Consumer math.
Math you'll actually use.
Yeah.
Jujitsu.
Which is
Yeah.
consumer math. Like
Yeah.
again, when you can tell kids like cuz kids aren't fucking stupid. They know what goes on in the world. And so if you tell a fucking high schooler like and regardless of whether or not they're paying attention, guess what? They're not paying attention in every other class anyhow. So at least if you're going to fucking shove something in their face, at least make it useful.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee they're going to
Like
pay
two
attention.
Shih Tzus
Yeah.
with huge tits, dude, doing jujitsu.
There's no guarantee that they're going to pay attention to it, but at least give them the fucking chance to.
Yeah. No, applicable math. Like shit you'll actually use. Like that you have like I'm learning this now, right? I'm like almost fucking 40 years old and I'm just learning like, oh, start with the fucking vibe. Start with the vibe. Start with that and then like, you have to build up from there. Like trying it the other way around doesn't fucking work. And the more I've been practicing and like trying to do that, it seems like this shit fucking actually works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like here we are, we're still doing this, but we've got other shit going on because you took that fucking class.
Yeah.
Right? Like you've kind of helped, like been coaching me, and you kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like you've
and half of
exposed
those
and showed me shit
ideas-
where I'm like, fuck, I'm almost 40 years old, and I'm learning shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and getting excited and being
And
like,
then
no,
for
fuck
me,
that.
I
We can
just
do
spent
this
my
shit.
youth doing drugs alone in my room, perusing the internet. And so
Yeah.
I learned a lot of random shit. And then I happened to take some good classes because they seemed interesting to me.
Yeah.
And I got lucky. Like, I got so fucking lucky.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, like Andrew Tate, lucky
to-
you hit the genetic lottery.
And to
you hit
not be doing something as fun as this
yeah.
with my fucking life, with how
The white
lucky I am.
privilege lottery.
Yeah, with how lucky I fucking got. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm gonna be doing this.
Hell yeah.
Cause it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I should not be in the position that I'm in, but I am, and it's
Yeah.
great. And I'm gonna ride this fucking wave
Yeah.
till it crashes, and then I'm gonna get on another fucking wave.
Like prof,
Yeah.
you moved further from the bank so you could laugh longer. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what sucks though is
Vulnerable
I was
God
telling
is
him
so
this-
good. Vulnerable God
Grimy,
is so
grimy
fucking
as
good.
fuck. Did you
I
hear
have
the
listened
Vulnerable
to
God?
it
I
20
probably
fucking
played it.
times already.
The class.
Fire.
Oh, it
Fire.
makes me come in
I
my
finally-
Oh,
pants.
dude, it's so fun.
This whole time
Yeah,
I've been
prof
looking for what
is
the
it,
class is
actually.
called. It's called TechCom.
There you go.
Technology Communications.
In my head, I was like,
Word salad.
'Cause I remember-
Word salad.
Yeah.
Tech com. Fuck you. Shit you'll actually use.
Yeah.
Like, can we just call it what it is? Why do we gotta fucking mash the language up and make it this convoluted thing?
In this class, they
Tech
actually
com.
teach you things you're going to be using in your life, like things you can
Yeah.
Very
apply
useful.
for yourself
Things
outside of
Very,
high school.
very useful.
Use. Well, so that's why it's been important for me to
Whoa.
have you, to involve
Fingers
you.
are frozen.
Yeah. Like to involve you in all of this so you can see the whole fucking process. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there's multiple fucking layers to this and it's like it's
Dude,
hard
you
to
have
fucking
no
navigate
idea how
if you don't
lucky
know.
it is that
But
your dad is real with you.
like we've
Like,
made
the
No, I
fact
know.
that he
I
just
know.
tells you
I'm
what
grateful.
the fuck it is. Like, do you understand how hard it is? Like earlier, we were talking to my dad.
Right.
You were like, can I use your bathroom? Because he had cut off the water we had a whole water situation going on. It doesn't matter.
I wasn't going to assume.
And instead of telling you no, he instead gave you every other option in the book to use the bathroom instead of just telling you no. He's like, well, you could just take a piss outside, or you could, they still got like one flush in here. And then he whispered,
Or I could turn it back on.
Yeah, or
I would have went and taken a shit in his house.
And then he whispered to me afterwards. He was like, well, like your wife can like come use the bathroom. I'm comfortable with her, but I don't know about. I was like, why couldn't you just say that? Like, why the fuck are you being weird, dude? Like, it just, and like
my goal now is to take a shit in your parents' house.
Yeah.
And that's what my dad is.
We're both gonna
Like,
do it next time.
If I tried to get
Back to back.
Yeah.
if I tried to get a genuine emotional response out of my dad,
not happening.
or like just level with me,
You have
just
to
be real
fight for
a
that.
minute. It doesn't happen. Like.
Which fucking
When,
sucks.
when he gets real with me is when he gets so fucking angry at me he can't
he
contain
only
it.
gets real
Yeah.
with you out of anger.
You gotta arm
Yeah.
wrestle him then.
Yeah. Like, oh,
We'll settle this.
If I beat you in this arm wrestling match, will you finally have a 1-to-1 with me?
Will you hug me, Daddy? Will you hug me for if I win?
he'd annihilate me in an arm wrestling competition. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, hell no. Like,
Defeating
I'm
you
not,
in arm wrestling is worth 1,000 hugs.
I'm not weak. I'm not weak, but my dad would kick my fucking ass in an arm wrestling competition.
not if-
I
Yeah,
want to watch it go down.
Sure.
Not if you had a montage of you training.
Yeah.
Dun,
With the
dun, dun, dun,
Rocky theme
dun,
song in for it.
dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
10 points if you can name who that song is by.
Zach.
No, negative 10 points for me.
Do you know who it's by?
Oh, I don't know
Why
who
would
the
I
song
know?
is by.
By Bill Conti.
I don't
Bill
even know what the song
Conti.
is called. I just know the
yeah.
theme.
Oh, it's for the
He's
rock.
a composer.
right.
The only reason I know
alright,
that is because
called you.
that's what it's under on Spotify.
Nice.
Yeah.
White guy, high five.
Hell yeah.
All right. Yeah. Did.
Yeah.
Dude,
I hope that was slightly off frame.
Have you seen Rocky? Zach? No, never seen Rocky.
All right. Yeah.
I
Not
wouldn't
even
know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6.
You haven't seen the one with the Russian,
Dude. Okay, here's the deal.
which is the only other Rocky movie anyone remembers other than Rocky 1?
No, because I always thought.
Like, yeah, there was Rocky and then the one with the Russian guy, and yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I got to come clean.
What was Rocky 2
I'm not
about?
a big boxing fan.
Can
I'm
anyone
not-
tell me what Rocky 2 was about? I've seen Rocky
Was
2
it
and I couldn't
Apollo?
tell you.
He got punched
The
in
black-
his face
the
a whole
black guy?
bunch, and now he's fucking retarded.
It was either the Russian
Oh,
or Apollo.
hello,
the black guy.
Adrian.
Yeah.
Dude, Jesus Christ. No,
I don't know
I gotta
what that
come
is,
clean
but
though.
I've seen Real Steel.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, that is a Gen Z meme right there. I don't know who Rocky is, but I've seen Real Steel. Yeah.
Yeah. Write that down in your notes, please.
Jesus.
I don't know who Rocky is.
Okay,
but
so
I've
I gotta come
seen
clean.
Real Steel.
I gotta come clean on the boxing thing though. And me and Brennan have actually been talking about this recently about boxing, where it's like, yeah, like I'll watch it kind of, but
I watched
it's like,
the highlights.
yeah, like watching
That's
knockout
how I am
highlights
with
and shit
every
like
sport.
that.
14 rounds
Yeah.
for one fight.
And
Dude,
you're only
unless
using
it's
your
Mike
hands.
Tyson.
And you're
Yeah.
only using your hands.
Yeah.
You're only using your hands. It's like you're handicapping yourself.
The
I
UFC
want to see
is so much more lit.
I want to see a real fight.
yes. And watching punching,
Even
that's
UFC
one thing.
isn't a real fight.
Punching is
but
one thing.
It's
Punching
as
is
close as we can legally.
yeah,
Well,
like
it
what
has
we
to
need to
be
do is
with
watch some
skill.
Valet Tudo.
I'm pretty sure
some
nobody would want to
Tudo,
watch
like no
amateur
holds barred.
boxing.
It's bare
You only
knuckling,
want to watch
fucking
like
Brazilian,
straight up
fucking
professional
straight up
boxing.
fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no holds barred. Like that shit is wild as fuck. And that's
Yeah.
what the UFC used to be.
Right.
Like they could
Yeah.
they were doing some fucking foul
Yeah.
shit to each other.
I don't
That
know.
was- that was the
Amateur
original
boxing,
bare knuckle.
How much amateur boxing might be fun to watch? Like you say, maybe no one wants to watch it because they're unskilled, but then you just
Well,
got idiots throwing haymakers
I'm not
left and
saying
right.
anybody-
I
going
watched
for
the
the
bare
knockout
knuckle.
every time. Like fuck you. Like listen.
I'm just saying.
I'll make a show. Give give people fucking 6 shots of tequila before they fight, and then pit them in a ring together and just send them at each other.
Oh yeah.
Amateur, no fighting experience.
They-
2 dudes
bro,
off.
They
what
What is
actually
it?
have. They
50
actually have
bucks.
that.
This is the kind of
MMA.
content that Alex Jones should be putting on his prison planet.
Yeah.
It's just Fight Club, or
It's
he's just
just
talking
like
about
bum
Fight
fights.
Club?
Well, they have like the 6-on-6 in other
He wants
countries.
Fight Club
They
in
send
real
it
life.
In MMA. They
Yeah.
do the 6-on-6.
Oh,
Have
dude,
you
I've
ever
seen a
that?
couple of them. Yeah, it's wild as fuck.
Yeah, they just all fucking gang up on one person. then when
Usually 2
one's
people
fucked
get
up-
knocked out right away.
Yeah.
Usually they rush in, 2 people get knocked out right away, and then
Then
people start teaming
everybody
up. and
bum
just,
rushes the
Yeah,
other
dude, it's
people.
wild as fuck, dude.
Oh, that's great.
No, like headbutts. I'm just gonna be honest. Headbutts are savage as fuck, and seeing someone get headbutt in the face is fucked up.
Somebody
but
fails a headbutt, they go to headbutt somebody, and they just catch teeth to their forehead.
It happens.
Ooh.
It happens. It happens. Like flying knees. Oh, a flying knee knockout. There's nothing better than that. It's so
No.
fucking good.
It's
But
one
then
of
they
the
catch
most
teeth,
satisfying
then
they
things.
catch teeth
Seeing
to
someone
their
get
knee.
kicked in the fucking face is one of the most satisfying things
Right.
in the world.
A
And,
toe
like,
gets
so,
caught in the other
for me,
person's mouth.
One of my personal like in my
Right.
checklist of like who the fuck I am and what I'm capable of, knowing that I can kick somebody in the fucking face at
Oh, yeah.
any given time is
You've
the thing
told
that
me
I
this many
personally
times.
have
Yeah.
to know about myself. It's like just a personal thing. Like I just have to know that.
Like
that
I
can
remember
kick
when
someone
you
in the fucking
stanced me
face.
up,
Really
and you,
confident
and you, like,
about his
measured
ninja
me
kick.
out, and you were like, "Yeah, I could totally kick you in the fucking face if I wanted to." And
I
was
just
like,
have to know that.
I was like,
that's
nice, man. I'm
as a
glad that's
personal-
what.
Like my own, I don't know why, dude, but it's like as a
I totally
personal-
don't feel in danger now.
in my checklist of like fulfillments of like what what I have to be
Like,
capable
don't worry,
of.
dude. If shit goes down, I could totally roundhouse kick you in the fucking face.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm bringing kicks to a gunfight.
Well, and
dude.
the worst part is that I've watched you like do it, and I'm like, oh, that's very possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to know. No, I have to like. It's one of those things like my own personal confidence is tied up in knowing
Like,
that at
I
any point,
know-
I could kick a motherfucker in the face.
Like, listen, I'm not a fighter.
Yeah.
Like, I can punch all right, but like I rely on
But
weapons.
you're tough. You're
Yeah.
tough as fuck.
I rely on weapons, and like, listen, I know that if I'll go into a fight, I know I'm gonna lose, but I'll go into the fucking fight.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's where it's like, I'll fuck you up, buddy, and he's like, fuck you, really? And then I will lose. He'll deck
You
me
won't
in the
back
fucking,
down. You
No,
will
he'll
put
Full
up
Three
a fight.
Stooges.
A
You're just like
you
doink,
will put
poke
up
him
a
in the
fight.
eye.
No, 100%. Listen, if I fight, I'm fighting fucking dirty. I'll
Yeah.
throat chop, fucking
Yes.
nut kick.
Yeah,
Fuck
eyes.
you.
Yeah, eyes, nose, ears, throat,
Yeah,
solar
exactly,
plex,
yeah.
fucking nuts. Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
Butthole.
Yeah,
This is Karate Kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go full Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like we were talking. He used to check people's oil, dude, when they were
Yeah.
wrestling.
Hulk
and
Hogan
shit.
was talking about it.
Could you imagine one of Andre the Giant's fucking fat sausage fingers? He's checking people's fucking buttholes while they're wrestling, dude. That's hardcore.
What the fuck? Is this real? No.
Right?
No way he actually would.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hulk
dude.
Hogan was on Howard Stern talking about it.
Bro.
What the
Yes.
And how Andre the Giant would
Bro.
finger his butthole in the middle of the whole stage.
This is my favorite thing that
Yes.
we do.
Yes.
This is
Can-
my favorite
dude,
thing that we do.
For real.
This is the
Oh,
best.
man.
If we can legitimately figure out how to make money off this, like, listen, I thought it was cool when I started getting paid to draw cartoons of weed
Holy
on the
fucking
internet.
shit, dude.
And that is cool. Like, I get paid to draw cartoons of weed on the internet. That's dope.
But it wasn't just Hulk Hogan.
But this, if we can, if
He's got bodies. Homie's got
Andre the Giant. You've seen
Andre-
Princess Bride, right?
whoa,
You never seen Princess Bride?
what?
What
No,
the
we
hell,
talked
man?
about that.
What?
We talked, dude. I haven't seen,
Inconceivable.
dude. I haven't
to
seen
him.
it. I haven't seen
Talk
it in
to
probably
him.
10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I spent money. I rented it and got it so I could show it to my girl because
Yeah.
she was also in the same. Like, I was like, "You ever seen The Princess Bride?" She was like, "No," And then I stopped everything we were doing. I was like, immediately find it. I'm renting it. Sit the fuck down, smoke a joint. We're watching The Princess Bride. This is the best goddamn movie. And then the whole time I'm just like, inconceivable. And she's like, what does that mean? And she's like, I'm like, don't worry about it. Just wait. And then once we got to this scene, he goes, inconceivable. You're like, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like the drop on a dubstep intro. Like, no, wait for it. Wait for it.
And then the fucking I am Yuga.
Wait for it.
I am Yuga Montoya. And you that's the best shit that has ever existed. Watch The Princess Bride.
Oh, dude.
Listen,
As
I
good
know
as Kung Fu Hustle.
Listen, I know that, yes, I know that you have been off, you've been on your sober journey or whatever the fuck, and that's cool, but smoke a fucking joint and watch The Princess Bride. It's the best shit.
It's so funny.
It's so fucking
Well,
funny.
I feel weird because this is where I can't relate to you guys. Like, I feel like an alien. I don't have a personal connection to music or movies. Like, I will watch a movie once and then forget about it and just leave it at that. And it'll come up in
I
conversation.
just have that stupid
and
recall
I'll be
where
like-
I remember everything.
I'll be like, yeah, I watched that movie. It was all right.
Yeah.
Eh.
But there's movies that, like, I am like a serial watcher. I'll watch certain movies over and over.
oh,
and over
yeah.
and over and over.
I've
again,
seen
you
The
know?
Big Lebowski. I can't tell you how many times.
Dozens of
Spirited
times.
Away,
The Dude
My Neighbor
Abides.
Totoro, fucking.
Oh,
watched,
yeah.
I watched My
Spirited
Neighbor
Away,
Totoro
yeah.
last week, dude.
Yeah.
I've seen that
but
movie
anime, though, is
150
totally different.
fucking times.
Anime is totally different,
Yeah,
though.
yeah. Like, you have like a personal connection with anime.
It's like the same
Almost.
shit.
Almost.
Yeah, you do.
There's not a.
you seek it out.
You have
though.
big titty
I
anime
personally-
characters in your room.
I know, but I like
You
to watch
totally do
anime,
have a
but I've
personal
never
connection.
rewatched an anime in my life.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
I've rewatched the 26 episodes of Cowboy Bebop more times than I can count.
Did you watch the Netflix one?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
it
live
was
action
great.
Cowboy Bebop was
This was
actually
fucking
pretty fire,
great.
though.
Yeah.
I want to watch it tonight.
It
Yeah, it
was
was good.
it was fucking great. It was actually
Yeah.
great. Like
Dude,
compared to the anime,
was
it's
fire.
almost
They didn't put
1 to
fucking
1.
Ed in it. They didn't put Ed in
Yeah,
it.
that
and it's bullshit.
that kind of pissed me
I don't know
off.
why Jet is black and has a family.
Right.
It's less
okay.
that he's black. I
Look,
don't care
it's-
that he's
it
black.
doesn't matter that
he
he's
has
black.
a
It's that
family.
they're fucking up the characters.
Yeah,
though.
he has a
Other
family.
than that,
Yeah.
okay. Besides that bullshit, it was fucking
Listen,
great.
if I look at
The
it
fight
as
scenes were amazing.
If
It's
I look at
fucking
it
hilarious.
as a
The Spike
show-
is on point.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if I look at a show, and if I look at it as a completely new show where I'm not judging it by the old one's standards,
Right.
and I'm believing its lore, even
Almost
though I've,
S tier.
I've
A-tier.
rewatched the 26 episodes, so the Cowboy Bebop
Yeah.
lore is just like ingrained in my fucking head.
Right.
And so when I'm watching this shit, I'm like, no, but Jet doesn't have a family. That's his whole fucking character. His whole character is and now he's loyal to this, and this is his new life because he got abandoned, and what the fuck are you doing? And then,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
but
the
if I
same
look at
actor
it
that's
as
Harold from Harold and Kumar.
yeah,
right?
but if I look at it
That's
as
the same
new
actor, right?
fucking show,
Yeah.
it's like,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
hey,
like,
it's cool.
that's
It's good. I like
drastic
it.
as
It's
fuck.
good. It's good.
That's drastic as fuck. That's the same actor that's Harold in Harold and
Yes.
Kumar.
What is that?
That's this fucking
You've
badass.
never
never
seen
seen-
Harold and Kumar?
No.
That's
You
live.
are on a podcast called Stoned Ape Theories, and you have never seen Harold and Kumar
If
go
I
to
have
White
watched
Castle?
it, I don't remember it.
Escape Guantanamo Bay. There's
You've lost me.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. It's one of the most classic stoner movies of all fucking time.
You've lost
He's
me.
Doogie
never
Howser?
seen Half Baked.
Doogie
What?
Howser.
You've never seen Half Baked?
No,
Okay,
we
I
watched
have-
Half Baked.
I have homework
What?
for you.
I think we watched Half Baked,
Not since I've been there.
or I
Okay.
watched it with you.
I have
Who-
home-
I've tried. Well,
Who
here's the deal.
sucks dick for coke in the movie?
The dearly departed
Bob Saget.
The dearly
Yeah.
departed Bob
Dearly
Saget.
departed.
Yeah. No, but here's the situation. Like, I've tried to watch again. Like, I've tried to watch movies. There's sometimes like
Dude, you need to start
we'll,
smoking
watch-
more weed
he'll
and
check
watching more
out,
movies.
You
Jesus.
know,
If I smoke, I won't remember it.
it's different.
'Kay,
But you'll
what's your-
remember it when you
'kay.
smoke again.
Then
Or
whatever,
It's like one
just
of those
sit-
things. Like
just
whatever
sit and
state
watch
you're
the-
in.
No, I'll
Then
just
sit
get
and-
dumber.
Okay, then
Just
sit and
don't
watch
watch
them.
it
He's like,
again.
oh yeah, if you smoke,
'Kay.
you'll remember it when you're high. No, I'll just be even more stupid than I already am.
Okay.
You just
I
watch
don't-
it 17 times
While
you're
stoned and
Yeah.
forget it
Listen.
every single time.
I
Well, you'll
don't
remember
know what
enough
sober people
pieces.
do when they watch a movie. So I guess just sit down and watch it like a fucking saint, I guess. But it's hilarious when you're stoned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
how
there's a
high?
No,
list.
my
like-
relationship with
Have you
weed
ever
has
seen
changed.
that?
It doesn't make
Mac
me
and
laugh
Devin go to
anymore.
high school.
I just get
You
fucking
seen Mac and
blasted.
Devin go to high
Oh,
school?
yeah.
Oh, it's the best. It's garbage. Have you ever seen Mac and Devin go to high school? It's got Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa in it.
Yeah.
It's also got
Oh, yeah.
fucking what's that? Fucking Andy Milonakis, that kid,
Yeah.
fucking fat chubby
forget
kid who he's like
his name.
30 but
40.
looks he's like 40 but looks 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he farts out weed in the movie.
Jesus
It's
fucking
dope.
Christ.
He's in a wheelchair.
It's
He's
dope.
crippled in the movie. Listen, it's garbage.
And
I'm
he
not gonna lie to
boofs
you.
weed.
Yeah, it's Snoop Dogg.
He
and,
boofs weed and then burps out weed from a fart.
No. He hits the joint with his asshole and exhales it out his ass, or
And
he
then
hits the
does
joint with his mouth.
anybody
and
else
exhales
hit
out.
it after that?
I don't remember, dude.
Oh,
Maybe
bro.
Snoop knows.
No, Snoop
Maybe
Dogg
him
wasn't in
or
that scene.
Jesus.
But yeah, no, it's Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg. Made by their production company, or at least Snoop Dogg's production company was on it. Yeah, Snoop Dogg's just out here doing side quests, bro. He's the best.
This is the first time I ever actually felt like a racist.
Dude, it's the best movie.
Yeah, because I haven't watched it, and it's never even come up in my peripheral. I've never had an
It was
awareness
recommended on Netflix
that
for a
this
long time.
even existed.
Have you ever seen The Wash?
No.
With
Again-
Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem. They're
No.
all
Nope,
their
but I
first
know what
movie
I'm
together.
watching tonight.
No.
Yeah.
That sounds
Nobody
right
knows
up my
about
fucking
that.
alley.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's
Bro.
not bad.
Yeah, there's shit that is just out of my peripheral.
Okay, we have a dilemma. I have to take a piss.
Yes.
Are we going to close this episode out or keep going and I go take a piss and come back?
It's an hour and 2 minutes.
All right, we should keep going for a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. All right, keep talking. I got to fucking pee.
Yeah, so there's like some of these movies that are like, cult classics I haven't watched in a long time. I watched these
just
when I was
don't.
younger. I've tried to, watch movies with him, but then there's like there's age appropriateness, So when he was younger, like we watched, movies that were younger, like Harry Potter,
Kung
and
Fu Panda.
fucking Kung Fu Panda, Spider-Man, and shit like that. Like Marvel stuff, and then like I don't know, action, and then action movies and shit. That's been like one. We've watched a lot of movies together, but
Yeah.
there's some of these movies. It was one of those things where I was clean and sober for a while, and I wasn't interested. I wasn't consuming any of that, like anything that was like paraphernalia. Like it was weird. It's like
You stopped smoking?
yeah, for like many years, like 7 years, and then like a year here and a year there.
Awesome.
Watch out below.
No, dude.
I've been pissed on from a tree.
Something about
I've been pissed on, dude,
something
in my
about
face.
pissing off
I
a
got
balcony
pissed on
really makes
in
you
my
feel
face.
free.
Did you
And
chop the
then
tree
you-
down
Bro, I was throwing rocks up at him. I was so furious.
at the tree?
No, dude,
Dude.
pissing off a balcony is the best.
Yeah.
No-
No,
not-
it is.
Yeah, it's
It is
great.
pissing off of a high point anywhere.
Yeah.
Seeing how far you can fucking arc it
It's
up and
pitch,
out.
it's
Hell
pitch
yeah.
black out there, so I couldn't see shit.
That's
But I
racist.
just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but we were talking, and it's like I went through a period in my life where I was clean and sober for like 7 years, and that was like a crucial point when he was younger, right?
Yeah.
And so I wasn't like consuming any of that media that had like any paraphernalia or whatever. I watched, things with him that were age appropriate, like Harry Potter and fucking the Marvel shit, Spider-Man.
My daughter has such a weird mix of shit that she watches.
Cocomelon.
Because we show her, we give her movies that are age appropriate and educational shit and everything for her. But then also, if we're watching a show, we don't and necessarily can't turn it off if she's in the fucking room. There's only one room, right? So she's ended up watching a lot of shit. Like when she was a baby, like we were watching a lot of Shameless when she was a fucking baby. So she grew up with that show like just on in the background. And there's some of those scenes where I was watching and I'm just like, I'd be looking at the scene and then I'd like look over in the corner at my daughter taking a nap in the corner. I was like, nice. Or she's just sitting down watching it. Like, oh yeah, this is good. See how this infects your subconscious.
No comment.
Yeah. See how this infects your subconscious.
There's things I want to say right now, but bro, it's way out of line. It's so like I can't even right now, dude. Talk about shameless. Oh my god. You ever been walked in on by your kid?
No, because she can't do that yet.
Die.
Yeah. Bro.
Die.
That shit is wild as fuck. You're like, oh my God. It's like terrifying. You're like ashamed. You're like, holy fuck. Like it's inappropriate in so many ways. And like we had talked about before, like, have you ever heard your mom fucking?
Two mountains on top of
Like,
each other?
listen, like I've walked, like we've been walked in on with like her like younger siblings, and that's weird, but like just like your kid, that's high. And I know
I've been walked in on multiple times.
I know it's gonna happen one day. Like I am dreading that day.
Dude, I have been caught in the most.
I'm kind of dreading the day because honestly, I also am kind
positions.
of looking forward to being able to tell the story afterwards. But that's just how I am with a lot of shit. Where even if it's a fucked up situation, I'm like, well, at least I get a good story out of it.
Bro, there's some shit that was. I'm like, yeah, like literally, like, wow. Where you're like,
what are you doing to mommy? Don't worry about it.
Bruh.
She's okay, I promise.
Yeah. No, there's a lock on the door for a reason.
Yeah.
For real. No, there's been a couple times.
I heard
my
mommy screaming. Why?
Yeah, my mom has caught me on multiple occasions. And yeah, that
I
shit,
will say, for as much of a lovely human being as my wife's mother can be, when she has walked in on us, she is the coolest about it. Because she's walked in, opened the door.
She walked in and caught you guys just straight getting after it.
Yeah. But my favorite is what
Blankets on or blankets off?
Blankets on, thank God. but it's happened.
Expose her to some shit she ain't ready for.
No. She's the coolest about it because
She's like, damn, I can't believe how good my daughter's getting it.
She opened the door like it was dark in the room. She opened the door, like understood what was going on immediately, didn't even fully open the door, just turned around, closed the door, and walked out, and just walked away, and was like, didn't see anything.
That's why Wayne hates you.
And then we never talked about it again. No,
Nice.
that motherfucker. I don't know if I should tell this story. I'm gonna tell this story.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell this story. So he has walked in on us while like we were spoon fucking, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just casually, right?
Had a spoon in each other's pee holes.
Yeah, exactly. So we had just gone to bed, covers over, right? And we were just getting into it, right? He wanted to ask Maddie a question. So instead of just knocking, right? He just opened the fucking door and flicked on the light and just started talking and didn't realize what was going on. And then we just had to sit there and have a fucking conversation with him.
While you're docked in his daughter.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just sitting there, balls deep, like, all right. And it was like some fucking
leg up, leg down. Did you have leg up or leg down?
leg down.
Nice.
It was
So there
just
was like nothing.
complete,
You're just
and
like,
she just had to like try to be, yeah, whatever,
Like
whatever.
you weren't fire hydrant on it.
But he didn't know at all what the fuck was going on, and he's so
snuggling.
fucking oblivious. He didn't
just
think
snuggling.
anything of it, and then he just
That's sweet. They're cuddling.
Yeah, and then he
Like, let me reach for my phone.
the relief when he left the room. It was like, oh, thank God he fucking left.
Yeah, you came immediately.
No.
All right, 7 seconds.
It didn't kill your boner?
Oh,
sustained?
no, I kind of did. Not gonna lie. Like I was in there, and it just kind of like I was like, "Oh, neat. Now you get to feel me go soft inside of you. How sexy is this?"
But Then you blew on your thumb.
You're like, "Hey, check out this sweet trick I learned in prison."
No, but when he left, we did get right back to it. I just had to
Nice.
like give it a fucking like, all right, here we go. Like, let's jumpstart into it real quick.
Yeah.
Like, forget that happened. Like, turn up the volume 2 notches on the TV
Get a
and
little
try to forget about that.
Get a little oral support.
Yeah.
Holy
No.
fucking shit.
No, that one was. It was a stupid conversation too. It was about like a fucking tax return or a college out, something just mundane. It was like, leave the room immediately, man.
Meanwhile, you can just feel
I'm
your
trying
dick
to
just
bone
like,
your daughter, bro. Leave.
give it a couple flicks. Good to go. Smack.
You look like
Put my
you-
emergency
you
cock
agree,
ring on.
Zach. You look like you agree. Nice. Quit watching. Fathers quit watching. People bang their daughters.
Yeah. Oh, god damn it, dude. That's like that one fucking porn star and her dad like went to the fucking ceremony where
That's
she's like
not
winning
okay.
a Woody or whatever.
Oh, God,
and they're
that's not
interviewing
okay.
her and they're like, "Oh yeah, so you're so proud of her," and like doing that. And she won like triple anal or some shit like that. It's like, god damn, homie, you're like watching this, like, dude. What, like, so many boundaries have been crossed in this, and it's like,
Dude.
how many times
God.
have he actually like jacked off to that shit? You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
Like, he's
yeah.
just
Nah.
like totally getting off on his daughter getting
Dude,
railed.
that shit, getting caught like that is, it's like, it's paralyzing. You just like, you literally just have to stop everything you're doing. Like, well, this is my life now. I guess I'm just docked right here for a while. Don't make any movement. They won't know. They won't suspect a thing.
Loading.
No, for all the
Loading.
uncool things her mother has done, at least every time, it was like 2 or 3 times she's walked in, and every time she just opens the door, immediately understands what's going on, and just turns around, closes the door, and then we never speak about it again.
Bro, thank God.
And it's great. It's great. It's like,
Thank
it's
fuck.
the one thing that I'm like, that's pretty fucking cool.
Wait,
Pretty
whose
fucking
things
cool.
and whose butt? Yeah. All right, I'll turn around.
Yeah.
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 Bro.
You strapping or not?
Yeah.
My mom's been super cool about it too.
No, the one thing she's done is she's opened the door and I'm like, whoa, and then just close the door. It's like, all right.
Lenora Borealis.
Yeah. Yeah. I think one time she was like, oops, and just closed the door.
That's like the scenario that we were talking about. Like if you woke up, like if your parents had an emergency and you fell asleep with your cock ring on. That's what started that whole conversation. And then it's like, what's funnier when you answer the door and it's your mom, or when you answer the door and it's your dad, right? And either way, what is that conversation? Like if you answer the door butt naked and you fell asleep with your cock ring on and it's your mom. Like, what is that conversation?
See, my mom was in terms of my parents. In terms of my parents, my mom would be way funnier. Like, I know what my dad's reaction to it would be. You know, my dad's reaction would just be like a fucking, just like a long, deep sigh, like a. I don't even know what do you want? That would be his entire. He couldn't go farther than that. It would just be like complete.
I used to suck your wife's titties, bitch.
The best part of that is that I wasn't breastfed.
Oh, nice.
Worst part. What do you mean?
Worst part. No way.
No,
Really?
no, not at all.
Where'd
Nope.
she feed you from? Which hole?
A bottle.
Oh.
It's no wonder I like him now.
Which hole? Come on, dude. Like a baby bird? Would she masticate the food in her mouth and then regurgitate it into your mouth? Oh, man.
What, did she just shit in your baby mouth?
Like koalas?
Maybe
Oh,
she
God.
shit into your butt.
Koalas literally feed their shit to their babies to fucking inoculate their fucking stomach biome.
Yeah, dude, it's got nutrients.
Yeah.
Nutrients,
Yeah,
bro.
dude, it's totally got nutrients. Holy fucking shit. We have derailed. We have derailed. Fully derailed. Going off the rails on
Koala
a crazy
shit.
train.
Please tell me this is recording. Can you check Ableton and make sure it's recording?
Everything is good.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank.
praise the
good.
baby Jesus.
All is good.
Yeah.
Holy
Allah.
fuck. Koalas
Yeah,
literally
mashallah,
feed
brother.
their shit.
Praise koala.
Mm-hmm.
You ever
Yes.
get caught fucking in public?
No. Nope. Never in public.
Oh wait.
But
no, not
very-
fucking.
but
you
I've
ever
come-
been ran off by the police or security or anything?
I got caught finger banging that smelly chicken.
I've been kicked.
Oh, no,
Bro, you're gross.
So you're
Get
not the
outta
only one that
here.
actually knows about that. There's
You got caught with stank pussy on your finger?
Well, the dude was like, get out here. I know what you guys are doing. We had the last car in the parking lot.
Did you make him smell your finger?
No.
Good have.
Dude, you should have Dirty Sanchez him and just rubbed it on his upper lip so he had to smell it the rest of the night.
She was like, oh my God. Like,
You're like, dude, check out how good this chick's pussy
yeah, he was
smells.
all mad and walking around the car. And I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Just hit him with it on his upper lip like,
Like he's mad. I'm finger
Yeah,
banging
this-
this chick in the
this is a-
parking lot.
sauce
You're
him
gonna
up with
come yell
that
at me,
yeasty
like,
beastie
dude,
sauce.
Back off. Like,
This is
mind your goddamn
another
business.
story where I don't know if I should tell it, but I'm going to anyways. It's like
Tell
the
it.
closest we ever got caught to fucking in public was like, we were at a buddy's house and we were fucking in the bathroom, and there's 2 doors to this bathroom. And he made sure to lock both of them, and thank God, because there was people trying to come in. It was like, occupado, dude. And then the other time when I had my van that I was fucking living out of, and I had the bed in the back, we just parked in a parking lot and went at it. And there was a person who walked by, like it was an empty lot. We were the only car in the lot, and there was just like some old people taking a stroll, and they just walked right past the van. And it was another moment like we got caught where we just had to like freeze, and it was like, don't move. If we move, we'll get caught.
Yep. Yeah, that's what deer do.
Yeah,
No comment.
good time.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, I get it.
Can't even go there.
Was it like a story you shouldn't tell?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those wildly inappropriate.
Yeah.
Is it because your son's here?
Yes.
No.
No, but
I
it's
feel
not
like
personal on that level.
I feel like
Alright.
you should tell. I feel
What
like
if
I
I
feel like it'd be a good bonding moment.
What if I tell a story you shouldn't tell and you tell one?
I've already told 2 this podcast.
Yeah, you're
so-
out here. You're out here. Tell it. And
Yeah,
then he's like,
so-
I have stories, but I don't want to tell them.
All right.
You fucking
So-
pussy.
So
Tell it.
you're supposed to wait 6 weeks after an abortion before you fuck.
Oh God.
So I'm gonna start off with that one. But
Listen, the doctor recommends.
but like 2
Emphasize
weeks.
but.
Yeah,
Emphasize
but.
but.
Emphasize but. We were out walking on. We were on a hike, and so I was fucking my girlfriend in the ass, and someone walked around the bend. It was at this park bench. I had her bent over on this park bench, and we're just going at it. And this fucking lady walks around the corner, and I'm just like, boop, full on. I just like gave her a hug and leaned in on her. Like, oh, she totally doesn't.
Pull up the pants a little bit, like it's totally not.
Yeah. You're both wearing the same pants.
No, I didn't have like my pants down. I just was fucking like had my fly open.
Yeah.
right? But her pants
Nice.
were down, and so I just
Yeah, that's
had
what
my-
I'm saying. You
my
just like
jacket,
pull the
leaned
pants up a
over.
little bit, like.
Yeah, just like leaned over and like gave her a hug.
Hopefully
and
you
was
have a
like,
baggy sweatshirt.
I'm like, I don't know how much she just saw, but I just kind of leaned in, like laid my head on her back and was like, oh, hey. threw out like the hiker hey. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
hey,
what's up?
yeah.
Random person.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Dude.
How's the view?
Yeah. No, serious. Can you imagine if I had my ass out and everything? That'd be funny as fuck, dude.
Full moon out tonight.
Done a torque compilation for the old lady.
God.
No, same situation though. Was like, we're not finishing. At that point, it was like, no. Nope. We're good.
Why?
We're good here.
Lame.
No.
That's so
No.
lame.
No, there was no.
No, because then there's always
Like,
a
there
matter
might be
of
more people
yeah,
coming
exactly.
down.
Yeah.
We tested
What if
the
this
waters,
person
like,
came with other people?
Worst case scenario happened. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. No, not worst case scenario because you didn't like get the cops called on you for public indecency,
and
but
it's
like a
not-
bad scenario happened, and at that point you take the warning from the universe and you get the fuck out.
yeah,
You're like,
exactly.
all right,
'Cause
universe,
the
you
next
gave me
thing
a
coming
slide
around-
on this one.
Because the next thing coming
Yes.
around that corner is a kid.
Yeah, is a kid or a cop?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, Zach, there's generally many warnings before shit gets really fucked up.
Yeah.
So just pay attention.
He's a vet. He's a veteran. He's a veteran in shit getting
I
fucked
haven't
up.
paid attention
Yeah.
many times.
He's a veteran, dude. Like a war-hardened
Well
veteran.
versed.
Oh god.
Oh,
No, that's
fucking
so
shit.
that's so true. It's like every time something's gone really wrong, it's like there was steps leading up to this.
Yeah, seriously.
Like this didn't just happen. There was a reason why this went down this way.
Yes.
That shit's funny, though. Yeah, you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention out there. Jesus Christ.
No, you really do. Shit's wild.
But also, in that situation, it's not only on you. If your partner in crime is not, if they're out of it at that point, right? And it's like,
yeah.
all right, we're fucking abort mission.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like, all right.
Yeah, it's not just about you. If the girl
You pack up your tools and you go, you move on.
Yeah, like that time in the van, we didn't finish. Mainly because she was like, this ain't happening. I was like, oh, but we could still what are the chances that another one? And she's like, no,
No, here's
Like,
what
all right, I guess.
here's what it sounds like, because they come up with their flashlight and they go
Yeah.
on the glass, right? It's all fogged up. You're in there. You got the music on. You're getting after it, right? You may or may not be off road
Just the
in a
two
public
of us.
area. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We
And
can
then-
make it if we try. Just
Bro.
the two of
yeah.
us.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh shit.
Then you invite the officers in and they turn out to be strippers.
Yeah, well, that's how it
Jesus
happens
Christ.
on Pornhub. If you go on the
Oh
old
shit, we're
hub.
busted. No, just invite them in. It's cool, bro.
Yeah. Listen, if it's
Jesus
happening
Christ.
on the hub, that's how it's going down.
God damn, yeah.
That's all I've ever learned from porn is that, like, if a delivery driver is ever too
The
a
delivery
little
driver,
too forward with
plumber,
you,
and the police.
just bring him
Oh,
on.
yeah.
in.
The milkman.
Yeah.
The delivery driver, the police, all there at the same time, and the plumber, the
Yeah.
pool boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a union job.
Yeah.
They're about to put in a shift on that ass. They're getting paid a prevailing wage.
They have rights. So, Zach, what's been going on with you in your life?
Nothing.
That's not true.
What's your
Whatever.
contribution to this podcast?
Nothing.
Oh, come on.
No, what you got? What's the funniest thing that's happened to you in the last week?
Literally nothing.
You haven't laughed in the last week?
Only at my girlfriend.
Well, then, fucking, there
You
you
say-
go.
At
That's
your
about it.
girlfriend.
Does she
Yeah.
have an alias? Does she
Why?
have a name in which you could use to define
If you just
her
call
so
her your
that-
girl,
Yeah,
no one can
normal.
track it down. So just keep it with that.
My
Why
mom.
did you laugh at it?
My
You're-
mom.
What? This is wild. This got wildly out of control.
Oh shit.
Was she funny?
Dude. You, good boyfriend 101, make fun of your girlfriend.
Yeah,
There you
dude.
go.
I was asking if she was funny.
Sometimes that. Yeah.
I would just
Bro,
get.
I don't have anything to talk about. I already told you
brought it
this.
up.
Like, there's nothing to talk
Laughed at
about.
your
You
girlfriend.
haven't been. What games you been playing?
Roblox, if I'm being honest, like Cold War and Roblox. I
Like,
haven't been
for real?
playing anything like VR Roblox.
That's
and Roblox.
Okay, so you're into the VR shit?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
But he's
It doesn't
been
trip
playing
you
a lot.
out.
Unfortunately,
He's been playing with the little guy a lot too, which is I'm super grateful for. I know.
Oh,
it's
that's dope.
testing his patience at times, but he's
As
Yeah.
all little ones
he's
do.
he's been gracious.
That's
Okay,
fucking
you're
awesome.
talk
showing
about
him.
like the VR shit. Honestly, I wish I'd invest more money into it because I don't have a lot of games. So like I want to buy Super Hot, and there's a whole bunch of other fucking games.
Super
that
Hot
I
is
wanna
the
buy.
only VR game that I've ever been like, oh, fuck yeah, let me try that. And I
Right.
tried it one time, and I can't have that fucking headset on. It trips me out so fucking
It's cool
bad.
as fuck.
See, and there's a lot of people
You
who
get like
I know.
motion sick or like
Yeah, I feel-
vertigo.
When
Yeah,
I
I
first
feel
started playing on the
nauseous. I
VR
don't-
headset, I got motion sick, but I feel like I got exposed at a young age. He
And
has
I
a
also
friend.
don't
Cody.
like not knowing what's around me.
Yeah.
Like knowing that like
I
someone
feel
could
like
just,
it's fucking cool.
someone could just come up behind you and just like go,
It's a bro.
and
It's
you wouldn't know. Fuck that.
in
That
the
just
literal
gives me
sense.
an anxiety
VR.
attack.
It's a virtual reality. Like that shit is
Yeah.
cool as fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
That's- Well, every time I hear West Side Connection, I get a fucking erection.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were talking about the VR the other day, and I was asking Brennan if he's ever done the roller coaster. Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, like, to be honest, the first time I did the roller coasters, it was like pretty cool. Like, this is interesting because I just got my VR headset. But after a while, it's like, it becomes really boring, honestly.
Just like
I'm
a
only-
normal
But
roller
if you've
coaster.
never done it,
It's like-
but if you've never done it before,
It
right,
is super
It's
exciting.
really like it's crazy disorienting because it literally.
I
is
hate
like,
that disorienting. Like,
fucking-
listen, I like disorientation in a lot of other ways,
Yeah.
but not that. That shit
Yeah.
fucks me up. Oh, dude, I don't like it.
challenge. I find it hella fun.
You like salvia?
That's dope. I haven't tried salvia.
All right, next podcast.
Yeah, if I want to get a divorce, that's how that's
All right.
happening.
All right, next
So
lifetime.
we're not gonna
Next
do
lifetime.
that one. No, not
right.
even next lifetime.
27 years.
We'll just like you got to do some coaxing beforehand. Like, listen, here's what I want to do.
He's like, I can't go into
All right,
this. Just-
you and your wife doing salvia same time.
I don't know if I'd be able to convince her of that.
All right.
I'll give it a shot. I'll
All
try.
right, well, I'll have Zach try.
Fuck no.
Can-
What?
Hell yeah, dude.
No.
How do you feel about
fucking
giving
guy.
your son heavy psychedelics on the podcast?
Dude, I just actually, it's funny that
Well-
it comes up because I literally just watched this video.
It's like give psychedelics to your kids immediately.
it's an explanation. So I'm a fucking nerd. There's a channel on YouTube called Eons. Anyhow, it's a history channel. So I fucking watched this shit. And they were talking about salvia. They had a segment on it being one of the strongest hallucinogens found
Yeah,
in nature.
it is.
And that
Yeah.
it works on different
It is
receptors.
the strongest, in my opinion.
It works only on one. It works only on one receptor.
Receptor?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
and it's like one of the opiate receptors. It's like a number. I forget the exact the exact fucking receptor.
Yeah, who
But-
gives a fuck? It gets you fucked up.
Yeah,
But like
fuck.
LSD,
That's all you need to know.
LSD works on like 50 receptors.
Wow.
You know, different chemicals work on different receptors, and that's how the fuck. Anyhow, but yeah, it's super
how the
super
fuck
interesting.
science works.
I've never personally done it. I've seen people do it, and I've had friends that have done it. At the time, I was clean and sober. I've never done it, so I can't even speak on it other than like what I've seen.
Yeah, same
I
thing
don't
with
know.
me.
It's
My
fucked
buddy did salvia
Yeah.
here at my place, and he offered it to me, but at the time, like, nah.
You're like, I don't know what that shit is, dude.
No, I knew
You
it-
know what I'm saying?
No,
the
and
most hardcore thing.
I
you could
knew
ever
what it
do,
was,
in my
and I
opinion.
just-
Besides, like,
So what was your
hard drugs?
experience? What was your
Well,
experience?
I mean,
it lasts like 10,
it-
15 minutes.
Nobody. I mean, I can't say nobody. Like, pretty much nobody ever gets addicted to it, except for this one guy named Brian Green who worked with my brother Jared and Darren up in.
Nice.
Canada.
Addicted to salvia.
Yeah, Well, me and we're like trying to share it with everybody we could find.
God, the way you
Because
tell
it was
stories
so
is
funny.
the best.
But this guy Brian Green worked with my other brothers. We're like, try the salvia, because he was really into hard drugs and heroin and crack and like banging hookers and all this stuff.
Jesus Christ.
We're like,
You're
try
like,
this
oh
salvia.
yeah, you've tried crack. Try this.
Yeah. And he literally went out on salvia for a few minutes and came back and was like, this isn't real. That's real. Like, give me more. Give me more. Like, I need more salvia. Where is it at? And I was like, all right, here you go. And he smoked it again and went out again. But like, I had got.
He's like going to
I had
another life in
gotten,
a
like,
different dimension,
100
and you got this guy hooked on the fucking salvia, where
Yeah,
he
at
can't
this
even
point, he just-
trust reality
Yeah,
anymore.
he would just rather live the other
Damn.
life.
Well, this guy was pretty hilarious because the story is like he had his wife in town, but like he had just got paid and he had got a couple hookers and went home and like
surprise
banged a
his
couple of
wife.
hookers and there's like a dozen condoms around the room and he spent all his money on drugs, but then like
This
left
is
to take-
reality.
take
This
the-
really
yeah.
happened.
Like left to take the hooker back, but his wife crossed him on the path and saw him with the hooker in his car and like messaged him like, I saw you with the chick in your car. And so he like dropped the hooker off and came back and
Hell
was like,
yeah,
no,
dude.
what? I didn't do that. But she found all the condoms everywhere in the room.
Jesus. That's the biggest L in history,
But
dog.
then he still managed to talk it out and stay with her.
That's wild.
No.
Dude.
Wow.
Fucking never quit, never give up, never say die.
But he was the one that hit salvia the second he come back. He did this 3 separate times. Came back and he was like, "This isn't real. That's real. Give me more salvia." And so I did.
Alright.
But nobody ever in the history of salvia, I think,
Yeah.
has wanted more salvia.
Yeah, no, no.
Yeah. So
this-
what was your experience?
No, I'm that way. Like, I want to go hard if I'm gonna go doing something, you know. So, like, we do the blowtorch and the bong and the biggest rip you can possibly take, and turn all the lights out and block every single fucking light, and have a sitter. But then, yeah, take the biggest fucking hit and hold it and sit back.
We need a fucking heater in here, bro.
You got one.
We
blowing?
need another. It's not enough. It's not enough. My fucking hands are cold. I'm like shivering cold, dude.
Listen, man,
I
we're
can see
at
my
time.
breath.
Like, we don't have to keep doing this.
I can legit see I just saw
Yeah.
my breath. That's what happened. My hands are cold. I'm like, I realize I'm shivering. I'm like, oh fuck.
Are we
And I
at
s-
time?
Yeah,
Like, I think so.
I think we're
So-
good.
So, but what has been your experience?
Did you
When
do
you've done
salvia?
it.
Salvia. Oh man. The first time I did it was at a party and I walked into a room in Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, and they were like, "Hey, you want to try a salvia?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah." And so I sat down in the chair and they're all laughing and like I took a hit of it and like held it in and leaned back, but then like the whole room turned into like Lego blocks. Like everything was fucking out, like outlined and Lego blocks. And like everyone was laughing, and I didn't know why anybody was laughing, and I just wanted it to stop. But I felt if I could make my arm go like this, they would all stop. But I couldn't move my arm at all.
Like all I have to do is this.
Yeah. But I could see him like all laughing at me, and I completely forgot I had smoked this drug. Like, yeah, no, just staring at him like, why the fuck is this happening?
So was it a good or a bad experience?
Oh, it was the worst.
So next podcast, you want to do it?
But the thing is about salvia, though. Well, hold on, I'll finish telling the story real quick. But so, like, I finally was able to move, and I got up, and I felt so freaked out, and I was like, I'm gonna go in the back room, and everyone was laughing at me. Like, and I just kind of put my head down and didn't look at him, but then went and found my friend, and like waited like 10 minutes before like I was doing like the rock back and forth. Like my mind was so fucked up. Like it was still like so electric and like fucking crazy, man. But yeah, after like 10 minutes, I went back in the room and I was like, what the fuck was that shit?
All right, Zach, next podcast,
They're
you're
like,
up.
I'm up. Hell no.
That doesn't sound appealing at all. You just gave like the word. Like if you're trying to convince anybody to do something, that is not the story to tell.
I already don't want to do salvia,
Dude.
so
It's the only thing that's completely taken me out of reality. Like,
Really?
and out of control.
you've done DMT?
Yeah, but I don't believe I did it correctly.
No.
Well,
What'd
I
you
heard
do?
people. I hear. Well, I mean, I put it on like the ashes in the bowl and like smoked it, but I don't know if I did it correctly. But anyways, salvia is ridiculous.
Dude, I had my friend explained to me that like he smoked it, he laid back on the carpet, and then he fell through the floor. And he just felt like he was falling, infinitely falling. And the carpet was like fucking 3-dimensional, and he was falling
see
through
that.
the fucking
Yeah.
carpet. I'm like, bro, that does not sound awesome. He was like, it was the scariest fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
stopped.
It's
like-
generally the scariest thing anybody's done.
Yeah, what? That's not
So,
appealing.
moral of the story.
That's why it's legal. Still.
Instant nightmare.
Yeah. And moral of the story, go to the woods, take some mushrooms instead.
The guy that tries to garden while on
Let's do
salvia.
I do have to
mushrooms.
say, I've done it over 40 times, salvia, and I feel it creates a strong mind. if you can accept salvia taking you over and
Bro.
just be okay with it.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. Like the ability to just go with it completely.
Yeah.
Whatever it becomes, it becomes. I get that.
Yeah.
Like that's where when I take like heroic doses of mushrooms, like in
Right.
the 7 and 8 gram ratio, like that's
You said you do that on the regular. Like people do
Yeah.
that like a couple times in their lifetime. You're like, no, that's just how I do mushrooms every time, bro. I'm like,
no, there was a
fucking
while. No, so the last few times I've done it, I've only done like 3 or 4, which is a normal dose, right?
Yeah.
That's manageable.
Yeah.
That's much more manageable than 7 to 8. Because it got to a point there where it started giving me panic attacks about taking the mushrooms because I was like, I don't know if I can handle this. But then at the same point, I was like, I think I should do this. And so like there was a few times.
It was just a pride. It was a pride thing.
No.
Like, I have to do this.
No,
Fuck that.
No, it's not a pride thing. It's it might be an addict thing, or it's just I wanted to explore the deep recesses of my brain. I wanted to know what the fuck was back there, and the only way to get and when you're staring, 8 grams of mushrooms down the barrel, it's like, well, if I want to know what's back there, it seems like a pretty good doorway. So
Or like way too much acid. Yeah.
yeah. So then it's like a matter of like, and every time that I've
Hellacious
first of all,
introspective
I
nightmare.
I legitimately just ate like a handful of 8 grams of That's a lot of mushrooms to ingest. Your stomach doesn't.
And you just ate them like that?
Yeah, it doesn't taste good.
How did you? That's just how you ate them? Like just straight up?
Yeah, just like I just took mushrooms. And
All right, primals. What you need to do is when you take your
no,
heroic dose,
nope,
you
no,
take it
fuck
fucking
that.
dry
Don't
to
do-
the face.
No, don't
You don't
do
even
what
have
I
to
do.
wipe.
No, don't do what I do. Because the come up on that, your stomach is so fucked up that like half of the come up is like, oh God, don't puke. Oh God, don't puke. Oh God.
Isn't that part of the experience though?
Yes, but
I've always felt like I was gonna throw up.
but
or
not.
purge.
But it
Not
can
necessarily.
Yeah, it can be so much easier if you do it the right way. And 8 grams of
Either do a
mushrooms
tea
is a
or
lot
like
to
a
eat raw.
smoothie.
And so my stomach was fucked up every time I did it, but I continually did it. But they were good trips.
I mashed them up in my mouth with a beer.
Like there was a
And
good
then I've
and
had
my
them
mom-
on
there was
peanut
one
butter.
time where I tried to eat
you
them
did
with a beer.
suppository. You did mushroom suppositories. He's shoving mushroom caps up his butthole.
Jesus.
I tried to have them with a
One
beer.
up.
Right, I tried to do that.
That
I
sounds
just
awful.
instantly projectile vomited.
Yeah,
It
that
was
sounds
dope.
fucking disgusting.
But
Best,
no, like listen,
honestly, okay. One of the best forms of
Psilocybin suppositories.
consumption for shrooms has to be a smoothie.
it's either a smoothie or a chocolate bar.
chocolate bar.
Yeah.
I've never had it in a
Okay,
chocolate
that
bar.
actually sounds good.
Yeah, chocolates are the best.
No PB&J?
I don't know. Just like like a lot of
Food
people.
processor?
Well,
I
and a
feel
lot
like
of
a
people actually
PB&J is
sell.
just as bad as
What?
like having it with beer.
Teas aren't bad.
Yeah.
Yes, and if you get a good recipe, like I have a good recipe from my fucking hippie friends, and it's delicious. It's a great mushroom tea. It's like a lemon based. It's just it basically just overpowers it with lemon for the most part.
Yeah.
And tea is
Does
very
citric acid help in
tea is very nice because you can sip it and kind of control and moderate your trip. Like I feel like tea gives you the best control over like, all right, I'm feeling it. I could feel a little more. I'll drink a little more. All right, I'm feeling it. Maybe a little more. Oh, I'm coming down. Sip a little more. Right. You can manage your headspace and have a real good trip for a long time. Just sipping off mushroom tea. That's what I like about the tea.
hippie flipping, sipping on
but
mushroom tea.
Yeah, because sipping on mushroom tea is nice. However, on the flip side of that, just eating 8 grams to the dome is also fucking very fun.
It sounds so drastic.
As long
Dude,
as
I've known people that have taken mushrooms my whole fucking life.
As
I've
long
never
as you
even
don't
heard
go into a
of someone
terror
taking 7 or
trip, you're
8
fine.
fucking grams of mushrooms straight to the fucking
You
face.
don't just take that and not have done that in like the past year.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah, like that's where it was like,
you
it
work
got
your way up.
yeah. Well, and the thing is that like I really did. Like I took 2. I was like, all right. And the next time I took 3. I was like, all right. And I took 4, and then I took 5, and then I took 6. It was like it was just a natural progression. I wasn't taking very long of breaks in between it.
Right.
So then there was a minute there where me and my wife were staring out a fucking window, experiencing the best rainbow color fucking visuals of your life. Trees are dancing at
Nice.
us, and the
I
fucking
like it.
it was great. We were just, and it was like watching the TV, but better. We were just staring out a fucking open window. And it was like, it's the window. And we're like, the window. It was great. It was the fucking best. Dude, honestly, like after this podcast, if you go downstairs and ask her, she'll tell you about the fucking window. It was legit. The window was great. There was a
awesome.
point where we got stuck in there. She
Stuck
got
in the window?
Yeah, we got stuck in the room with the window because we just couldn't leave it. We were
Like some Alice in
we
Wonderland
were like,
shit.
I don't want to miss the next show. This shit's great.
The best explanation I've heard for mushrooms. You can look at a window and be like, it's the window.
Yeah. Window. Yeah.
hilarious.
And so, and then for a minute there, she got stuck saying the word literally. And she was like, I can't stop saying literally, and I can't stop saying it literally. It was the trippiest shit. It was so much fucking fun.
I get stuck on words anyhow. And that crack me up where you say something and you're like, that's fucking ridiculous. I can't even believe that's a word.
Yeah, no, and that's where, yeah.
Like Eileen Ulick.
No, it was great because for a while she was not about the mushrooms. She wasn't about it. She was like, she got mad at me for taking them one time. It was whack. And then I got her on mushrooms, and then she loved them. And then we went deep, and now she stays at the 3 gram realm.
Nice.
Like, I don't know if I want to do that again. Because she went fucking hard. She went deep with me for a while, and it skeeved her out for a minute.
Bro. It's pumping.
It's like, I don't know if I can do this
can't
like
even
this.
feel it.
I was like,
What
you
do
know,
you
we
mean?
can.
My
I was like,
fucking
you know, we
ass
can
off,
take
dude.
less. She was like,
Yeah.
really? We can take less? I was
Turn
like,
it
oh,
off at that
100%.
point.
Right.
Oh, we can take. You started her off on that?
No.
Jesus
No, we did
Christ.
the exact same build up from fucking 2, 3, 4,
Okay,
5,
okay.
6. She was along with the ride.
Yeah.
You can take less if. Well, the thing is, like, if you had different mushrooms, like different actual strains of
Oh, yeah, there was a
mushrooms,
minute where
it
we
would
got-
affect you differently.
Yeah, no,
versus
the
taking
best
just
the
same
best trip we
strain every
had.
day forever.
Yeah, the best trip we had was when my buddy from the military, he was the one in Bangladesh. He came back home, and all 3 of us took mushrooms, and I gave him I started him off with fucking like 5 grams of mushrooms.
Jesus fucking
You fucked up.
Dude,
They're
fuck
like,
up.
hey, dude,
fucked
we're going to Mario World.
Dude, penis envies. Penis envies. Very, very potent.
Potent.
Yeah, I
Very
never tried
potent.
those ones.
Very potent penis
Oh,
envies.
How?
did you ever
It's
get
like-
that ounce? For,
Yeah, you did. I gave you mushrooms
Where I
with
mean,
fucking penis
not
envy.
the second.
No, I still need to fucking.
Oh, Kelton wanted to say.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, not Kelton.
It tis the
Sorry.
season. Yeah. No, it tis the season. Yeah. It tis the season where I need to start stocking
Cool
up
Kel.
majorly on
Cool
mushrooms.
Kel. Yeah, that's Cool Kel, man.
No, but legitimately,
No, he
we all
literally
took
won.
very potent.
Literally.
Yeah, a
Literally.
very
Literally.
potent
Literally.
dose of
Literally.
Telling
six
my
grams
grandma literally.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. 6 grams of penis envies later. I think during that trip she saw like her passed away brother in the sky. It was like a life-changing moment for her.
That's awesome.
Me and my buddy from the military, we just sat out there and chain smoked like 2 packs of cigarettes, one pack each.
On mushrooms?
Yeah, because it looks the coolest.
What
Yeah,
the
it's
fuck?
the best. You don't even fucking feel them on fucking 7 grams. It's just great. It's the best. Oh, it was amazing. And we just stared at the fucking moon and stared at a glowy ball and listened to the same song, "Sound of the Sea" by Stick Figure on repeat, like
I love Stick Figure.
like 40
Yeah.
fucking times. It was the same song. We just put it on repeat. We listened to it at least 40 times
That's
that night
awesome,
for like 4 hours straight. We just
Nice.
stared at the moon and chain smoked cigarettes. It was fucking awesome. And we had a great conversation about life and about the universe and immortality as we're just fucking ripping through ciggies. Like, give me another one. Hit.
Ripping through ciggies. That's the title of your first song.
Ripping through cigs.
Ripping through cigs. Yeah. On a head full of mushrooms.
Oh, dude, it was fantastic. No, it was,
Staring at the moon, ripping through cigs.
no, it was a great time. It was a fantastic time. He had a blast.
through
He did it.
cigs.
Listen, for a man who did not have a tolerance at all, taking a monumental amount of mushrooms, he did a fantastic job and had a fucking blast, and it was great. And yeah, that's why I loved it. Yeah, no, my buddy, he's great. This guy, I get down with him.
You go
Like,
down.
You
with
go
them?
down on this guy?
No, I go down on him all the time.
It's
Especially
okay.
when he's on leave.
Yeah, 'tis the season of giving and receiving.
Oh, fucking.
No, but
Jingle
there was
bells,
like one
jingle bells.
of the stupidest things I got blackout drunk with him over Snapchat on the fucking like
Got
FaceTime
down.
shit. Cause he was like, I bet, like we got into it. He took a video of himself fucking shotgunning a beer. So I saw that and I fucking took a video back of me shotgunning. He was like, oh, you want to fucking go? And then for like the next 45 minutes, we were just shotgunning beers like back and forth on
Is this
video.
recently?
No.
Oh, okay.
And no. But yeah, we just ended up getting shit faced.
Nice.
Online, my girl was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I gotta beat Bradley. I'm in a drinking competition with him while he's in Bangladesh."
Right. As long as you didn't get shit cocked.
Yeah, what's the...
All right,
what's the
and with
joke
that,
you
check
said?
out our Patreon.com
You say
/Stone Day
peacock.
Theories podcast.
Nobody bats a lash.
A
Yeah,
lash.
nobody bats a lash, or nobody bats an eye.
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
the fuck says nobody bats a
Fucking
lash?
Palmer Squares, that's who the fuck.
Get
Palmer
outta
Squares says bats a lash. You
Bats
know
a
why? Because they're
lash.
syllabically fucking drastic and passionate with the shit when they're rapping. Fuck you. That's
here.
why.
Leeches. Their song
Fucking
Leeches
ridiculous.
off of Napalm.
Get out of here with your fart face.
Dude, their
Fart,
song.
your face smells like farts.
Everyone go check out Leeches by the Palmer Squares off their EP Napalm. It's
Yeah.
the fucking best.
Fire. The whole album is
Yeah,
fire
I think it's
from
an album.
beginning.
Isn't it an album?
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was an EP or
Napalm.
an album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that shit.
Leeches. Leeches.
Palmer
is
Squares.
fucking
Check out the fucking TPS report. Check out their fucking podcast
Paralyzed.
too.
Paralyzed
Palmer
is a
Squares are
fucking
dope
banger.
as fuck.
Word. It's cold.
Oh,
all their
shit.
shit. It's fucking dope.
Yes.
God,
Fire.
Their fucking lyricism is insane.
Yeah.
Leeches is
Banana bars.
Leeches is amazing just for the line. They're like an artsy fartsy Martian.
Yes.
Artsy fartsy arsonist, and it's just
Yeah, dude. Fire. Banana.
first string I start for starters. It's just like a fucking tongue twister,
Dude.
And they throw it in the middle of a rap, and it's the best. The fucking
No,
beat,
shout out Palmer
the
Squares.
beat by Nakids on Leeches is crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
fire.
fucking
Vulnerable God by Prof. I have annoyed my family so hard with it.
Have you played it for your parents?
No, I need to. But just in my house, I've been playing it over the
You should
Alexa
play that song for your mom.
incessantly.
We should.
My mom's so ashamed of me.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. She wants me to be Mormon and hook up with a Mormon or
See, it's
respectable Mormon woman.
Yeah,
she
see,
told
it's-
me today.
Yeah, it's great. My parents are in like a half, like they kind of accept my lifestyle and understand who I am, but at the same point,
right.
they're like,
All right.
"Do you need to smoke that much weed?"
Fucking cold.
Too cold.
It's too fucking
Oh,
cold.
Zach's
guys.
calling
Like,
it.
how much weed is enough weed, though?
Yeah, I was like, "When do you want me to do it?" Like
Right.
my favorite part is when I'll come over at like 6 p.m. and they're like, "Are you high?" I'm like, "It's 6 p.m. What the fuck do you want from me?"
Yeah.
Of course I am.
Yeah.
Like, in reality, I've been high since 9 a.m. when I woke
Yeah.
up, but
But then when you're making money off of weed, what
Yeah,
do
exactly.
they say then?
still the same shit. I'm
No,
like,
they
I'm
won't.
making money off of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
What
no,
do we
I don't
tell
think
the
they
bank?
can. Yeah.
That's like 7 questions. Like, do you make money off of weed?
Yeah.
If you were to make money
Yeah.
off of
Yeah,
weed,
no,
would
that
you
I
put
literally
it in
asked the
this
lady.
account?
Did
Yeah.
you hear me tell the lady? I was like, wasn't that the last question?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They phrased it 2 different ways.
Yeah, I was like, wasn't that the last question? Like, are you sure you're not making any money off of weed? And I was like,
And
fuck, I
putting it
wish.
in this account. Yeah.
All right, patreon.com/Stoned83's podcast. We're freezing our fucking balls off. Look at the description of everything you're listening to it on. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave us comments. Tell us how much of retards we are. We love you. Go to patreon.com/Stoned83's podcast. Give us money. Do
Yeah.
our thing.
Our
And-
viewers.
Yes, sir. And with that,
Fuck on.
fuck on
And
and
fuck
fuck
right
off.
Off.
Fuck off. Fuck on. Fuck off.